10?
Yep.
And the title of this, I'll mention it again, is Paleling Strikes. All right, so Shorewin, I didn't finish with you. Your perception is?
Let me open the app back up because I'm slow. Perception is under P.
Skills, yep, be under skills.
+5.
All right, nice. And how many advantages do you have?
I know that answer. It is... That's the wrong thing. 4 right now.
Oh, wow, okay. You're popular. All right,
Yeah.
and...
is that 4 for you or 4 for Winston?
Everything's for Winston.
They're a package deal.
Winston is already way leveled up past him. Hey, Roxafarius, yes, I know we're live. We like to keep the mics hot here. I got this, actually, I'll give credit again to Jay, Scott. What
I just realized something. Sorry. I just realized something.
What?
I got my rainbow totem today.
Oh, did you get it?
Yes.
Ah!
Sorry.
Everyone's like, what?
Contact.
I have no idea what's happening right now, but okay, I think it's good.
Yeah.
All right.
Literally, you, me, and Josh were like... and then the two of them were super...
Yeah, they knew what it was, and we didn't, exactly.
Yeah, we're just like... Oh.
It's my stream channel, my subscriber totems. So she's been a subscriber for a year on my channel,
Yep.
and it's a rainbow totem.
Nice. That's
Sorry, I got really excited because I realized it was today.
Well, isn't that special?
That is
That's super cool. Let's see here. Grab this.
Mystical unicorn. I just like saying that.
Take a book.
Mystical unicorn painting. That's Nanda. Ooh, she got her dice. Did that one come in a glitter bag as well?
Probably.
Nanda?
Oh, the famous glitter bag.
Ovating glitter bags.
Dice.
Yeah, for the dice.
John, I don't know if you saw the Discord, but I sent you my video and Rory.
Okay.
Email.
Okay. Yeah. Rory was struggling, but good. Thank you very much. We're kind of trickling in today, so I'll make sure I get those up on the stream by next week. So I'll update the intro video next week.
Yeah, I'm the slow one, and I'll tell you, until our semester starts on Monday, I'm living and dying trying to prepare for both online and offline teaching right now.
Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. My son just went off to college. It's a different world we're living in.
Yes, it is.
Always good to see Mystical Unicorn. Oh, you got your new dice. That's fantastic. Yes, and you got the blue box bag.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're trying to always level up
Fancy.
what we do here.
It's fancy.
Fancy.
Whoop. Earthquake. There we go.
Hold on to your underwear.
What? What does that even mean? Hold on to your underwear?
I don't know.
Yeah, that was random.
Maybe it's a Canadian thing.
It must be, yeah.
Seems like
Yeah,
it.
like if you're in a quad or something and then they're like gonna go really fast, they used to like hold on to your underwear.
Oh, okay.
It must be Canadian.
Hold on to your pants.
Yeah, I hold on to your pants. Underwear, that's a new one, yeah. But I like it. It's good. It's good. All right. And so before we get ready to kick off our video, Rory, I need Gimbal's present, and this probably hasn't changed, but I'm just putting on a new sheet. Armor class, perception, and how many advantages he has.
7 advantages.
What?
We're the most popular of us all.
Yeah, you are clearly the most
Just
popular
quit
of all.
I don't know that it's that. I just almost never use them.
Okay, well. Okay, you know what? Actually, that's a good point. We need to come up with something for Magic users where advantages can increase your DC or something like that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I never thought about.
I know that with Martholiel, back when we actually allowed advantage disadvantage, you let me cast a second spell, like a little one, like a cantrip.
Okay, I mean a cantrip would be fine, but I think we could do. Hey, 888, good to see you. I think we would do something a little bit better. And Roxaferris Roxaferris added a new term, kiss your bum. Yeah, that's fine. I like that. I don't know what it's for, but it's okay. Oh, kiss your bum goodbye. Mystical unicorn painting. I just saw it. All right, so you have 7 advantages. What's your perception and your armor class?
AC is 14. 14.
Okay.
Perception.
Yep.
Perception is a +5.
+5. All right. Everybody has a plus, but Brim. Shocking. All right. So I'm going to kick off our intro video, and we are about ready to go. So much fun. Can't wait for tonight, and good luck. Hope you all live.
So ominous.
Hey, Rolls with Advantage. Good to see you. Lurk away, my friend. Seekzilla! Man, Seekzilla has been such a great fan over the past couple of weeks. He's been killing. Thank you so much. You can give those bits as an advantage to the DM if you'd like to.
No.
The
Please don't.
The DM
that
only
felt like a hint.
The DM only has 2 advantages currently, so
That's more than enough for you.
You give us a fair share of fun times on Sundays. So.
It was pretty hilarious and amazing. Just the back and forth between you and Tim.
oh wow! A player gives advantage to the DM. Holy smokes! That's suicidal.
He's
Get
asking.
out. Get out.
I'm trying not to die.
Nice.
Magic, I'll remember that. Don't think I'll forget. That's a noble.
Seekazilla gave you disadvantage there, John. So.
Oh.
So he just canceled out Magic's.
Oh, Seekazilla, you suck.
You
All
know,
right.
from Sunday though, a good little, maybe a little heads up to all you out there. So if you just throw in the name with whatever bit, if you do, then that way, John, because you're having trouble on Sunday, like, well, who's got what?
Yeah, that's a good point. So anytime, if you donate 100 bits, if you cheer 100 bits or more, just tell us who those go to, and you can divide them up. So if you give, let's say, 300 bits, you can say 1 to the DM and 2 to the players, or all 3 to the DM, or you can give 1,000 and say all 10 to the DM.
All 10 disadvantages to the DM. I like it.
Hey, Mymorph, good to see you.
I was for Winston.
Aww.
And Winston enjoys eating those flowers.
No, he does not. Thank you very much. They're braided into his
To his
mane. He
mane.
enjoys them very much.
That's right. They're already braided into his mane.
Good luck trying to get them out.
Oh,
Okay.
Sperry14. Good to see you, sir. Zerathanon, thank you for the sub.
Woohoo!
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Is the Wayward Bull going to confront the mountainous dragon? Will Brim ride Winston again? Will everyone's favorite Greyhawk finally converse with Winston? Find out tonight, only on Greyhawk Awakens. Yes, exactly right. All right, and we are ready. Okay, so everybody in the right spots. We have one little technical challenge tonight, which I think is actually a good thing. I've been working with my different 4K cams, and I had a suspicion over the weekend that the problem was not my wiring or my connections, but I actually might have had a bad cam. And I'm confirming that now because the cam I switched from this to this, which is now on me, is showing too dark, so I'll replace that cam this week. But I think I've got all the glitching worked out and we should be fine. All right. Hey, Lord Forth, Krenzelen! 2 DMs, Shano Mac, Owlie B, Blood Wild, outstanding. Good to see all of you with us tonight. And we have a fun and perhaps tragic night ahead. I want you to just look at your screens though. You're going to be lagging 2 or 3 seconds behind me, but just watch as you go through Brim. When you get past Shorewind, we have an exciting new feature on our slide deck here, and let's just wait a second. Varsavir, yes, fine. Good to see you, my friend. And there's Shorewind, gorgeous. Look at that gorgeous curly hair. What a mane he has.
Frozen.
And he is a muscular cavalier standing over 6 feet tall, clad in the most meticulously polished armor. But not only that, he has Winston, the noble steed, statuesque, prancing with a demeanor beyond mere nobility, power, and honor, and majesty. So Winston has his own slide.
Yep.
First time ever
Look at
in
that
any of my campaigns, a mount or a familiar is featured in such a way. That is the level of honor that Winston has achieved.
Ray
All right.
didn't even get that.
Yeah, no, he did not. That's right. All right, so quick reminder, thank you to all of our sponsors. Of course, always Dragon Crafting Guild, amazing dice trays. John has new stuff coming. I showed some of it on Sunday. He's actually got dice trays that light up and illuminate now coming.
They're really cool.
Which they're incredible. Skulls and dragon head, just incredible stuff we're going to be showing you and giving away here. He's going to send me new content very soon. So big shout out to Dragon Crafting Guild. Atris Minis, of course, our incredible sort of MVP sponsor that has sent us such magnificent things as this and all the minis for all of our players. And Jorge just continues to give and give and give. He is amazing. And then we have Frederica Draws, who does all of the artwork for all of our players and their images, including now the Winston image, which is just gorgeous. And I don't know if you caught it here. Let me pull it up just for our players and our fans to see. So just give it a couple seconds for the lag. Whoop, wrong. It's because I haven't done this game in 2 weeks. That's my problem. Back to this one. Now, and it's reticulating emoji splines. There you go. Now you got Winston up. Sorry, everybody. Oh, you got your Blue Box shirt on. Very nice. Thank you, Shano Mac. So if you'll notice on Winston, he has the heraldry, the very same heraldry that is on Shorewind's shield. And so that is an homage to the Order of Ulek and to the patronage of Winston's, or Shorewind's, sorry, Shorewind, go ahead.
I think he's raising his eyebrow too, which I really like. I think that works.
No, he is. I asked for the most sentient looking arched brow in honor to his incredible owner who is, you know, I know you groom those things daily. I know you do. And so that is our new Shorewind. Okay, let's get at it because I want to get into the gameplay and see how quickly you all can die. All right, so.
We forgot 2 of our other sponsors.
No, I'm not. Oh yeah, thank you for reminding. I'm not done yet. All right, so two fantastic sponsors. One I want to reference is Dice Envy. And if you're looking at this on your screen, for some reason their PNG drops up darkly, and I normally have a separate screenshot I grab. But Dice Envy Dice, they've been great. We've got lots of their dice that we've given away, the big D20s dice sets. Mystical Unicorn seems to gravitate all of those to her. She just continues to collect dice from me and from Dice Envy. But then also, we have our new sponsor. We announced this on Sunday, but for any of our Greyhawk fans who haven't seen this yet, we have this incredible new sponsor, Mantic Games. Mantic Games is unbelievable. Okay, so if you don't know who this is, shame on you.
So cool.
They are incredible. So they're a UK-based company, but you will know them when I show you one of their primary brands, which is this one right here, Terrain Crate. If you've been to any gaming store, you have seen Terrain Crate. And so this is our new sponsor. I'm working with them. They're giving us a list of things they're going to send us. You're going to see Terrain Crate gear appear on this table. And actually, some of the stuff I have from Atris was Terrain Crate stuff he painted. Like the library things, stuff like this. You probably can't see it too well here on my dark cam, but like this stuff is Terrain Crate. They've got sewers. They've got the forges, they've got abandoned towns and central towns. Thank you, MTA Moonjog, for the sub. We appreciate that, sir. So Terrain Crate, you're going to see it both on our table, and you're going to be seeing it as giveaways coming for our Blue Box fans here very short. So it is, thank you, C. Carson, for the sub. Very much appreciated. So big shout out to our newest sponsor, Terrain Crate. Okay. Let our Mantic Games and Terrain Crate. All right, let's go to, of course, our true lore master, our scribe of all things. Tell us what happened last time.
All right. So when we began our adventures again last time, we were running away from a dragon-mounted orc by the name of Gorjal. The group kind of got separated a little bit. Brim had run off in an opposite direction, concerned that he might have been seen, and he didn't want the attention to be drawn to the entire party. Shorwin, in hopes to help protect Brim, because that is what he does, he sent Winston over to try to bring Brim back to the rest of the party. Brim is very large, being a half-ogre, and Winston was not particularly pleased with that arrangement, and let his displeasure be known, quite obviously. But Winston did manage to bring Brim back to the rest of the group, and then Brim kind of apologized to him by sharing an apple with him, to which Lilith immediately stole the rest of the bag of apples and began trying to then continued a little further away. Had other plans, and he actually separated off and snuck up on top of a rock that was near the fort to see if he could do a little reconnaissance, see what was going on inside the fort. And that rock he named Gimble's Rock, and he then was almost spotted a couple of times, but managed to make it back down to the very, very unhappiness of Brim and Millie, who both were like, "What are you doing?"
What are you doing?
But he let the entire party know what he had found, and he was able to get a good count of the number of orcs as well as humans that were within the fort, the tents, the watchtower, and let everyone know that there were actually some of the men wearing the red cloaks amongst those orcs in the fort. After we regrouped, we began to try to decide what to do next. Who were we going to seek aid from? Were we going to go back to Hamlet? Were we going to go to the dwarves? And then Gimble remembered he actually had a very dear friend from childhood who lived very nearby where this fort is, and so he suggested we go to the gnome settlement to get their aid. Some discussion continued back and forth, whether to go to the dwarves or the gnomes, dwarves or gnomes, and finally it was decided we would go to see the gnomes after we had taken an evening's rest, because it had been quite the long day, really. And so as night fell, people began to make camp, and Ashrin came over to Millie, and they had a bit of a conversation. Ashrin was hoping to kind of make a connection with Millie and apologized for her past behavior, specifically in calling Millie some very not nice things.
I think the word was tramp.
Yeah. As well as strumpet and
yeah, strumpet and Millie let her have it.
And Millie actually revealed a bit of her backstory to Ashrin, which everyone in the party except for Gimbal actually overheard. As soon as the conversation between the two was over, Ashrin moved away because Millie kind of made a very sharp point at the end, which kind of frightened Ashrin a bit. A lot. Understatement. And then Lilith actually came over, and she and Millie shared a lovely silent moment between them, and it was kind of one of understanding. And then Lilith let her go. And then Brim took the first watch, which was uneventful. Millie took the second watch, which Gimbal was watching her while she was doing the watch. And then when Millie woke Shorewind for the third watch, they had a bit of a conversation where he had mentioned that he had heard her story and that, if he had done anything to offend, it was not, his intention, and she let him know that it was that she just had a bad relationship with Ashrin up to this point. He and Lilith took the third watch, which during this watch, Lilith managed to braid Winston's mane and
she did indeed.
Flowers. And he looks quite beautiful now. But during the course of this watch, a figure kind of crept up behind them. Nobody noticed until they smelled a very distinct and powerful cologne, which as soon as Shorewind turned around, he took guard because he did not recognize this person. But Lilith recognized him first by the odor of his cologne and then saw him better, that it appeared to be Shox, who surprisingly offered his aid, which seemed a little curious to Lilith, as she remembered he worked alone.
Exactly. And there was a really cool moment in here where there was a question that was asked, and I hope you're going to pull that out.
And then... oh gosh.
Sorry, I didn't mean to put the pressure on you.
I don't remember. But further into this, Shorewind began to go around and wake up the rest of the party that was within the area. Gimbal was up on his sleeping spot. He likes to sleep up high. And Shorewind woke Millie first, and then letting her know that it was somebody that she would know. And then went to wake Brim, and Brim actually caught the smell underneath the cologne smell, which was the sickly sweet smell of death, and realized that this was the Paleling who we had seen before in the guise of Federum on the road when we were heading back to Hamlet, and he actually ran off as the headhunters of Narwhal had approached before. The Paleling realized that he had been caught out by Brim's sharp sense of smell and said, "I see you, ogre. You are too clever, but you are not too clever to die," and leapt towards Brim. And Shorewind, being the one to protect, took his intercept charge and tried to take the blow for Brim. And Millie, seeing both her friend Brim and the very shiny man in danger, leapt into tried to save them both, and blocked the creature's attack with her with a parry from her rapier and her dagger, and lifted his hands.
Lifted his claws up above, just barely diverting them. And the crit, which I did go ahead and roll the crit, would have been it was a 79, but with a plus 20, or 77 with a plus 20, whatever it was, it would have
77.
severed the spine and it left him paralyzed from the neck down permanently. And that was averted. Initially, Shorewin was going to take the blow, but then Millie prevented Shorewin from taking that blow. Was a heroic end to a fantastic session, but unfortunately, you're still facing the Paleling, and the Paleling is up on the screen here. This is a creature which has the ability to shapeshift. The only one that's been able to detect its underlying scent thus far has been Brim, and that gave it away. And the question was, in the last session, I thought you worked alone. And Yaj Talks, which is, by the way, Jay Scott, spelled backwards, our friend from Lord Gasumba, he said he did I.
Do I?
Yeah.
Did I tell you that?
Yeah. Did I say that? And so he was a little bit rattled by that. And then, of course, when Brim woke up, that betrayed his disguise, and he attacked. All right. So we're going to begin with the combat, and it's always fun to start your session with combat. But before we do that, we have two things to do. One, we're going to go around and have everyone introduce your characters. You've leveled up. You leveled up during the rest. So we don't allow level ups in combat, but you leveled up during the rest you had before this combat because your DM was late getting you XP. So I made that allowance. So you're going to tell us your class, your race, your level, and then maybe something about the character. We're going to finish with Josh last because he's also going to give us his Monster Monday, and then we're going to go into our session. So let's start over here with Shorewin. Shorewin, tell us about your Cavalier, sir.
Indeed, I am Shorewin Tessel of Corwood, a cavalier with my trusty steed Winston, who currently has flowers in his hair. And we are new to the group, but so far I've been very impressed with how they handle themselves.
Okay, Rory.
So my name is Gimbal. I'm short but amazing. I crack a lot of jokes, and I showed my friends this place called Gimbal's Rock, and I often find little bits of information to give them.
Outstanding. Well done. Lilith.
Oh, Wizard Illusionist level 3.
All right. And I'm sorry, by the way, for both the first two, tell us where we can find you on socials, and feel free to post those in the chat, but where can we find you on socials?
Rox has already shared both of those.
Okay,
things.
good. All right, and let's go to Vivi.
My character's name is Lilith. She is a wild elf, Rugak druid. She is a collector of items, but currently is trying to collect Winston. You can find me on Instagram at the DM's Quest.
Well said. Well said. All right, Evelyn.
What did you say?
Evelyn.
Okay, sorry, you cut out for a second.
Oh, sorry,
there,
yep.
So, hello, darlings. I am Mary Millie von Tompf, and I am a level 3 half-elven swashbuckler. I am a lover of whiskey, gold, and generally just shiny things. I like shiny things. And I am a pirate, because how else would you do it but in style, dear?
Well said. All right, and then last, but certainly not least, Josh, give us your intro. Actually, no, let's switch it up. Give us your Monster Monday first, if you could, and then we'll close with the introduction of Brim.
Perfect, okay. It seems you have me confused with someone more battered and bruised. Watch as I remove my collar, and I really get loose. Oh, you have something to prove. Please go ahead and show me your moves. Yes, listen to my voice. Sink into the comfort you choose. Listen to my voice that soothes. Come to me. Don't be rude. Forget all problems, leave them to rest. Come lay with me. Place your head upon my chest. I lean in and whisper sweet. Your worries are complete. Feeling the pull of words from my lips, you lean in, accept my kiss. Give me your life, gazing upon a perfect sight. Settle down, stay with me tonight. Lay your weary head down, and let your soul take flight.
Okay, so I purposefully did not watch all of this on Instagram because I wanted to try to guess, and I'm seeing a couple. So put your guess in the chat, any of our viewers. What was that monster? And we'll read those guesses here in a second. Now tell us about Brim, and we'll come back to that.
I am Brimstone. I'm a half ogre, 7.5 feet tall, 3rd level fighter, and I really, really love milk.
All right. So the guesses so far are Dryad, Succubus, and Siren.
Succubus.
Succubus is the answer. All
Or
right.
incubus.
Well done. Okay. By the way, so a couple things I want to talk about before we jump into the combat. One, tomorrow night on our Lore Masters Arcanum, we're going to have Carlos Lissing of Castle Entertainment, and it's going to be a fun show talking about the modules he creates, the content. He's got a great story, and also we're going to talk about doing one-shots and conventions because Carlos does so many conventions, and he's got great stuff to talk about. So that's going to be tomorrow night on our Lore Masters Arcanum. That's 6 p.m. Central. And then I think the greatest announcement we have here, of course, we have Greyhawk Con, Virtual Greyhawk Con coming up October 2nd through 4th, but we're working on it right now. September 1st, we're going to have on stream our first charitable event for Blue Box. And we're working with a charity called Save the Children, which is all about rescuing children from desperate circumstances, stopping child trafficking. They're also working on COVID things to help protect children all over the world. And we have our very own, I almost can't say it. It's our very own Josh is going to shave his beard piece by piece on stream as the donations come in, and then I, Blue Box, am going to match all donations up to, like, I don't know, a few $1,000s. I mean, if it goes crazy, I can't do it. But like, I'm going to match all donations within reason that night on the 1st, and we're going to do something to really try to do good. Everything that comes in that night will go to Save the Children. So mark your calendars. That's September 1st. I think I got that right on the date. And there's going to be more information coming on our socials here in the next day or two. All right, let's get started. Nothing like save the children, kill the players. All right. And we're going to go to the battle cam here. And you are, of course, facing this. Wow, you use comeliness. Yes, we do use comeliness. So if anybody doesn't know, we're 3.5 here, but we're using a lot of 1E, 2E elements. The Cavalier class for Shorewin is really truly a 1E Cavalier. Comeliness, of course, is original 1E stuff. The only 5E stat that we use, or pardon me, 5E feature we use, is Advantage. And we have advantages for all the players, and the DM has too as well. So we're picking up the combat where the Paleling, this horrific looking creature with eyes that just gaze out from empty sockets of pale light, and gums and pull back, and lips pull back with these jagged teeth, this necrotic stench that emanates from it. And almost as you look at it, it occasionally appears to be diaphanous and then solid. It moves between states, and it reached out with a claw with these giant multi-inch nails to impale Brim, and then Shorewin leaped in front to take it, and he was going to die, but the fate chip was used by Millie, and that's a unique feature that we have here. That's awarded, that's not like Advantage. Only the DM gives fate chips here because they're very, very rare. There's only been one minor fate chip given in 10 episodes. And they're for extraordinary roleplay or extraordinary combat feats, and spared the life of Shorewin, who was about to be paralyzed from the neck down. And now the combat begins.
Oh my god.
And as of the end of last session, the creature had won initiative and has taken his turn, so it is now to the party.
That is exactly right. But thank you for that. And we're going to go first to Millie. You leapt in front. You are closest now to the creature. And having just spared the life of Shorewin, your attack.
All right. Let's see. I have new things. I have to see if anything is useful here. All right. So, what I'm going to do is I am going to Yeah, I'm just gonna attack with my rapier and my dagger then. All right.
Never a bad idea.
Whew.
Right, roll to hit.
That's 21.
Just misses.
Oh no, this is bad.
All right, so as you strike out toward the creature, again, this sort of diaphanous quality where it seems to shift between light and darkness, between substantiality and ephemerality, it just seems to sort of shift away from you almost in this serpentine way, and your rapier goes right through where you thought its flesh would have been, and you miss.
Rux, are you advantaging me or disadvantaging me?
I think that's an advantage, I'm guessing.
Well, they have to say. Who,
I know. So we will assume it's advantage unless otherwise specified.
Okay. Then I will. If it is an advantage, I'll go ahead and roll it for my dagger attack. That's 23.
That is a hit.
All right.
As you're rolling damage, let me go through for our viewers. So this is Brim. Brim is our huge half ogre. This is Shorwin. Shorwin is our cavalier. This is Millie, who is engaged with the Paleling. The Paleling, again, is this creature that you saw here. And so Millie is engaged with the Paleling. And then,
and that's 6 points of damage.
All right, hang on, I'll write that down. And then you have Gimbal back here, and Lilith back here. Of course, the ever popular Winston is here, and then our Ashrin, our cleric, is back there. All right, so you said 6 points of damage?
Yeah, 6 points of damage.
All right, so you slice up, even as your rapier flows through, the creature resubstantiates, you catch it with your dagger, you slice up its thigh, it makes no notice of the damage. We now go to Shorwin.
All right, we're definitely going to roll with advantage here because my rolls have been less than stellar over the past couple of weeks. So,
one of my new my granted feats is as long as I have one panache point, as a swift action, I can also use intimidate if I hit with one of my one-handed weapons.
All right.
Okay.
So that would just be my swift action to try to intimidate him.
All right. And what is the DC on that?
There's not a DC on it. It's just a feat. It just says I can try to intimidate.
Yeah, but there should
be.
Do
I roll my intimidate skill then?
Yeah, roll your intimidate skill, and there'll be a counterbalance from his nature.
So that's a natural 20. Plus 3 is a 23.
And I rolled a nat 20 on the die as well. But this creature actually would be immune to intimidation anyway, so it's a good try. It's
just an innate feat. So
no, I like it. Well done. All right, so back to you.
All right, with my my long sword. Oh bugger, 20.
Total 20 or not 20?
Total 20. Total 20.
All right. So again, you experience as you swing forward, the creature just seems, and actually, Shorwin, you're the first one to notice this. As it turns sideways, it almost disappears. You see a thin razor line, almost like a mirror, that you're just catching the edge of as it spins around the other way. Now we go to Brim.
I'd like to cry. All right.
All right, we're starting with Brim Tears. Great way to start the fight.
Other side to try and keep him from being able to run away again.
Okay, yeah, you can take 5 feet of movement here and still attack.
Okay, I'm going to use one of those advantages. And those will miss. A 3 and a 4.
Wow, not much on advantage, huh?
Nope.
All right, so Brim, you feel almost like a what would be a good analogy here? You just feel like this bumbling, oversized brute as you swing your newfound axe, massive axe. The creature just pivots with speed that blinds in your eyes, and you just thunk, your axe hits the ground, not even close to it. We're going to go to Lilith. Lilith, what do you do?
Can I cast Fairy Fire?
You absolutely can cast Fairy Fire. All
I
right.
need to roll for that, yeah?
No, you don't have to roll anything. No,
Okay.
it's fine. So you cast Fairy Fire on the creature. As you do so, you see it's illuminated with a halo of lights that shimmer all around it. All of you, suddenly now you can see it a little bit more clearly. Armor class just dropped. The creature now is more visible as these lights shine around it, even though it seems to be blinking in and out of reality. All right, so let's go to Gimbal. Gimbal, what do you do?
So a couple technical questions first. One, am I still up on the rock that I was sleeping on?
Yes, you are. So let me put you up there. Sorry, my bad.
How
Yeah,
far?
right up here. So your rock was right here, and you're you're about 35 feet from the creature.
Perfect. Second question is,
Here, let me go to the wide cam so people can see that better too. Go ahead. Sorry.
if disadvantage is given, do we got to use that right away?
Yes, but it counteracts. If you have an advantage, it just wipes
for
away an advantage. So if you got disadvantage, you wipe that out with the advantage.
Okay. So Gimbal's gonna kind of be woken up by the noise and seeing the paling down there, remembering it from before. He's gonna kind of get up slightly, look at the group, reach in his pouch and pull out a piece of wool. And as he squeezes the wool between his finger, he'll place it up to his head and he'll say, he'll go in Gnomish. He'll start to wave his left hand as he's pressing the wool up to his temple. And he'll say, mindless mindfulness, no fears about. Time to rest, no time to shout. And he's going to cast Daze Monster.
All right, Daze Monster. All right. And what is the DC?
It says, target one living creature of 6 HD or less. This spell functions like Daze, but it can affect any one living creature of any type. Creatures of 7 or more HD are not affected.
All right, as you cast Daze toward the creature, and by the way, bravo, sir. Outstanding. I'm giving you an advantage for the way you cast that spell. So add one advantage. That was fantastic role play. Unfortunately, you feel the weaves of your magic dissipate. This creature is far more potent than that spell could possibly touch, and seems to almost just like slip off of it, as though you tried to put your hands on something oiled with grease. It just slides off of its body to no effect. And Lilith.
Sorry, one more question.
Sure.
Not that this will change the outcome, and maybe it just needs to be decided later, but would an advantage affect this kind of thing?
No, because again, you have a limit on the hit dice. This creature is beyond the hit dice effect of this particular spell.
So more like attack spells?
So if you can use it for DCs, right? But not to add to the actual sort of hit dice that it will affect. So you can raise the DC, and I'm going to work with you on that to make sure we use those advantages for spellcasters. I've not seen that done. I'm sure somebody's doing it, but I've never really thought about it. It's a great point. But no, it's not going to. So 6 hit dice, not even close. This creature is not touched by that spell. All right?
Perfect. Yep.
All right, we go to initiative.
Josh rolled it last, and he lost initiative, so it should go to Shorewin now.
That sounds right. All right, Shorewin. So you're gonna roll. I'm gonna roll that D6. This is party-based initiative, and the DM has a. I always call it out first. Oh, DM has a 1.
5.
Yay! Wait, can you do that again? One more time for the stream. Can you do that dance again, please? All right, you have initiative. So let's start out with Brim, who has pivoted behind the creature. And Brim, you have first attack.
I'm gonna swing at advantage again.
The wind shuffle. All right, roll to hit.
Oh no.
21 to hit.
Oh my gosh. Okay, this time the fairy fire, the lights around the creature help you. You aim your axe. You just barely hit. Roll damage.
Yay!
Thank you.
Welcome.
As he swings, and that will be 10 damage.
Okay. Thunk. You sink your axe. You feel it bite into something. No blood flows. Just pale flesh parts. And then almost seems to sort of waver in front of your eyes. But no cry comes from the creature. No blood pours from the wound. But you know you have struck a good blow. Now we go to Shorwin, who won initiative.
Shorwin raises his sword and begins to speak. Friends, I have not known you long, and I have never seen a beast as vile as this creature before. But I know that with our strength combined, we can take this beast down. It is nothing but a mere speck on these lands, and I have seen you, ogre. The axe you wield is mighty. I have seen you, pirate, and your blades are sharp. I have seen you braid flowers into Winston's hair stealthily, and you, my short friend, who goes tall and then goes short again, are stunning in every which way. Together we will defeat this beast. In case you're curious, I'm using Lion's Call.
All right, so tell everybody what that does.
Everyone gets a +1 competence bonus on attack rolls for 3 rounds.
That's very helpful. All right, so between
Also, I just realized Ashrin did not go last time.
I know. I already popped that in the chat already. You saw Ashrin. She's preparing some kind of spell. So it's like she was digging into her bag and she was praying. You see her hands clasped. Nothing happened for her last round, but something's coming this round. All right, let's go then to Millie.
Yes, darling. I am going to use one of my 5 advantages that I currently have on my first rapier attack, and I'm going to do OOC as King Cardinal would do, and I'm going to precise strike it.
Ah, okay. I love the homage to Cade. Roll the hit.
And that is a 23 to hit.
That hits.
Yeah. Okay, and I use the panache point to double my damage for that.
Whoa. Okay. All right.
And then I'm gonna go ahead and do my dagger attack, and then I'll roll both sets.
All right, that works. Hey, thank you for all. Sorry, real quick, I want to interrupt here while you're rolling your damage. Just go ahead and calculate it. So we got 2 giveaways tonight. We're giving away one of these blue box mugs. I didn't mention this earlier. We're gonna these things are gorgeous. They survive multiple dishwashing. They're full color. Incredible items. And then we have our set of the Omega part of Alpha and Omega dice. I'll pop these up in a second, but these are from Dice Envy. We're giving away both those things tonight because we've already hit the viewer. I want to make sure we had over 50, and we're already trending towards 6. We're going to get incredible. So we're giving away these Dice Envy dice in a Dice Envy bag. That will come to you this week. And by the way, everybody that gets something from Blue Box gets a card signed by the DM, and you also get a Blue Box sticker. We throw that in with every giveaway that we do, and those will be coming later in the stream tonight. Okay, damage.
Okay, so the damage for the rapier was 14 points of damage.
Nice. All right, so you plunge it forward.
Dagger, I missed with the dagger with a 16.
Okay, you plunge the rapier forward. The creature spins away from the blow of Brim that caught it with an axe and opened the pallid flesh. You strike. You catch it right in the hip. You feel. It doesn't strike bone. There's no bone. It just goes. It seems to be flesh as you push through, but it's still a good strike. And you rip your blade out. You swing up with the dagger. The creature pivots away, and we're going to go to Lilith.
Well, I shall. Can I move close enough to it to attack? Or no?
Let me see here. Yes, actually, you're okay to do that. You're only about. going to call that 10 feet of movement. It's just enough. You can get there.
Okay, I'll attack with my staff.
You run past Winston, who neighs and looks at you. You almost sense concern from him as you run past.
It's okay, buddy. Nope. It's a miss. I got a 5.
All right, 5, and your total is then.
I put a 0 because I don't have a bonus on that.
And did you add the Cavalier bonus for
Oh,
your
so
attack?
6. Winston shakes his head, his withers in disapproval as you miss. Oh, I'm sorry.
Excuse me, I feel like I don't think you should be playing Winston.
That hurt her more than any blow could have hurt her, didn't it? That's like the most mortal blow I could have stricken as
Do you know
a
what
DM.
happened? Lilith got concerned about Winston, so she got distracted, so she missed.
Okay, all right. Shorewin, your attack.
No, I did
Lion's Call.
Lion's Call.
Oh, that's right. Thank you very much. All right, Gimbal.
Gimbal.
Okay, Gimbal will start to make his way down the hill 10 feet. At 10 feet, can he still cast a spell? Is it roughly?
Yeah. So let me show this here on the camera so you can see. So Gimbal, you scrabble down. It's a quick jump off the rock, so it's not normal travel, but it's not too far where you take any damage. And now you land here behind the party, and you're about 15 feet from the creature. Is that close enough, or do you need to get closer?
No, that works.
Yeah.
I mean, that works for now.
Okay.
My party would probably hate me if I did something else.
All right. So we have Gimbal here. We have Brim here. We have the Paleling that stands in their midst. Again, a reminder of what this creature looks like. And then we have Millie here, Shorewin here, Lilith, Winston, and then I'm sorry, I said Lilith. And then Ashrin back there.
Okay, so from where Gimbal's at right now, with his pack to his side and watching this Paling be surrounded, he's going to use ventriloquism and put the voice, like, I want to say behind him, but Brim's there, so like more like by his hip to pull his attention. Hopefully,
so kind of like here. Down. You can 2-second delay. You'll see I've got a light here, so kind of behind his left hip.
His right hip on my side, but towards the ground.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It'd be his left. Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. All right. What do you say?
And it'll just be like a. You think you're all big and strong, but you don't watch out for, and it'll just stop there.
You're all big and strong, but watch out for. Okay.
But you don't watch out for.
Oh, you don't watch out for. Okay. All right. All right. As you do this, all of you see the creature's head turn, and it actually spins on a full 360 axis. I can't roleplay that, sorry. It spins all the way around its head almost instantaneously. There's no bone, there's no joint. It just spins its head around to no effect. All right, Lilith.
What? I just went.
Yeah.
I know. I want your reaction to that. Is what I'm sorry.
Lilith's reaction is my face right now. She's just in awe, I guess, and she'll kind of look around at everybody else to see if everybody else is kind of seeing what she's seeing as well.
Oh, Protowoot, thank you very much for the cheer, and all advantages to the DM, and that's really good because it's almost the DM's turn to go. All right, last Ashrin. Ashrin, she's been preparing a spell. You see she holds her hands out and a warm yellow light suffuses the entire area. All of you receive +1 to hit and +1 to damage on all spells. You have been blessed by Ashrin. And write that down. The creature now. Let's see here. Brim spun behind it. It was Ashrin. Okay, so it is going to attack. Rolling a d4 here for those surrounding. It attacks Shorewin. Shorewin, as it leaps forward, apparently it has something for you. Thank you very much, Protowoot. Oh! we got a little battle coming here. The 3 were lost, the 3 were gained. I'm rolling at advantage now. Thank you, Protowoot. And that is a hit. And second roll is a miss. All right, so it reaches forward. It slices with its first blow. It comes up. It catches you right underneath the chin. You feel its claws rake across your throat. You take 14 points of damage. Blood fountains from your throat. The second blow swings. You dodge away. It catches your buckler. You hear the as the claws rake across the shield. Then it pivots. And as it looks toward Gimbal, it throws a hand out, and you see what look like phantom claws extend from it, jut out several spikes, 5 spikes straight toward Gimbal. And that is a hit. Gimbal, as you're finishing your ventriloquism, you saw the head spin in a circle. Then you're watching the combat. It's surprising. You see the creature as it turns. It casts some sort of ephemeral claw at you. It strikes you right in the chest, and you take 9 points of damage. Thunk as it hits. It's not substantial. You don't see any blood. You just feel it pass through your body in almost a spiritual manner, like it crushes your lungs. The breath flows out of you, and you take that 9 points of damage. We go to initiative.
It's back to Shorewin.
To Shorewin. Oh, the DM has a 6.
Come on, Shorewin.
You got to match that 6.
Yeah, well, Shorewin has a 3.
Okay, the creature then spins, and let's see if it maintains its focus on Shorewin. No, that big axe blow that Brim put on it causes the creature to pivot toward Brim. You are now flanking it, Millie, so you'll have an additional advantage on your attack when you attack the next round, assuming that's what you're going to do. And it attacks Brim. Again, I've got 1 advantage down. I'm using another one of Protowoot's advantages and rolling to hit Brim. Oh, that is an easy hit.
Yep.
And I'm going to roll without advantage on the second one. I'm going to save that. And that is also still a hit.
Yeah.
Because Brim is not wearing any armor right now. So his armor class is an 11. All right. You take from the 2 blows, these claws, they rake up. One catches you right along the side. You feel it rip along your exposed ribs with no armor. Actually flays the flesh open. You can see rib now wide open from that first blow. The second one slashes across. It catches you in the arm, and the claws sink deep into your left shoulder. You take 11 points of damage from the first blow. You take 7 points of damage from the second blow. And now we go to Millie.
Alright, so, sorry, I'm going to, I'm just going to attack again. So that's a 26.
That is a hit.
26.
That's a hit. Either way, it's a hit. You're flanking him, so you slice up from behind.
And then with my dagger, that's 22 to hit.
That is also a hit. Both are hits.
Sweet. Okay, so 6. That's 15 points of damage.
Nice. All right. So you slice the creature twice. It's surrounded now. So even as it pivots and moves, occasionally you see that same thing where it almost looks two-dimensional, like the edge of a mirror, but it can't pivot in all directions simultaneously. And you catch it twice with your blows. You feel it sink into that pallid flesh. Again, no blood flows, but you feel it just dropping through the sinew, into the muscle, the tissue, but no bone. You slice both your blades out. We go to Brim. Brim, you're reeling from these twin attacks. Blood's flowing from your side. Your ribs are exposed. Your shoulder is bleeding.
I'd like to swing. Come on.
Oh, hey, Redbeard, good to see you, sir.
There we go. That's a 25 to
Yay.
hit.
Oh, a Brim hit. It's been a bit of a rarity, surprisingly. That is a hit.
And that'll only be 7 damage.
All right,
Oh, wait,
so
8 damage because of +1.
okay, so it's a glancing blow as you swing. The creature was in the midst of one of those pivots. You strike sort of a piece of flesh off of its side. Now we go to Shorewind.
All right. Quick question, so because I'm still learning this. Swift action is separate than my regular action. Is
Yeah,
that
so
correct?
you can do both a swift action and a standard action in the same round.
Fantastic. I look at the creature is currently facing Brim, right?
Exactly, yes.
All right. You bastard! Turn around and fight me! You have injured those that have helped me in my quest, and now it is time. It is time to fight me and lose. I'm using challenge.
Okay, outstanding. Hang on. And this will pop up on the cam here. The creature pivots towards Shorewind, and you hear a rasping, cackling laughter. I will gladly entrail, devour all of your bowels, and dance upon your bones, Cavalier. And it leaps at you. Roll to hit.
Roll the hit. That's going to be like a 28, 27.
That is a hit.
All right. So, as I have my sword, and I raise it up and I start to swing it from right to left, at the same time holding my shield and pulling it down to the left, and the damage is.
So this is Shorewind here for our viewers attacking the Paleling, surrounded by.
Question.
Your Cavalier level to that damage, but
Yeah, that's right. You had your Cavalier level.
And additionally, according to this, and tell me I'm wrong, but with my longsword, if I get a 19 or 20 on a hit, it gives me ×2. Is that wrong?
Well, no.
Until
So
improved initiative.
yeah. So we no. Hold on. Wait. So real quick. So we run something different here. Hey, thank you, Ridiculous. 3 to Brim, 1 to Lilith, 1 to Millie. Advantages.
Yay.
Very much appreciated. DM still has 3 left though, so don't get too excited. But thank you for that very much. By the way, if you're not following us, give us a follow, please. We're growing here really quickly, and we appreciate all the follows. So, yes, so go ahead and say what you were saying again.
No, I was just asking about it because I'm still kind of learning some of this stuff. On the app, it shows 19 to 20 gives me ×2.
So 19 to 20, you have improved critical, correct?
Right.
Okay. So.
Oh, no, I
Not
don't.
yet.
Nope, not yet.
You can't
No.
get it until later.
Yeah. So what are you
Nope,
referring to? Or just you're looking at
never
your blade?
mind.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
So,
Yeah.
we're going to do, I rolled a 5, 1d8 plus 4, that's 9.
Okay. You swing. You miss the creature. It pivots away from you.
With a 28?
I missed it.
I'm sorry. What'd you say? I thought you said an 8. I thought you
My
said.
hit was 28.
Oh, my bad. Okay, sorry. So 8 was the damage.
Damage roll.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oi.
Gotcha.
I got scared there. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I like
So
messing
I
with the
rolled a
players a little bit,
19
yeah.
plus 7. Actually, so I was wrong. I
26.
26 to hit.
Plus 1 from Ashran's
So
Blast.
26.
It's a hit either way, right? It's a hit.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's a hit. And then rolled a 1d8 plus 4, rolled a 5 plus 4, that's 9 damage.
Plus 1 from Ashran's Blast. Plus
that's right.
your Cavalier level.
Oh, yes, you're right.
From the
9.
challenge.
Oh,
so
another one
13.
for Shorewind. Another advantage. Hold on, I got to
So-
track that. I don't have, you guys got to track your advantage. They're coming too quick for me. Sorry, go ahead.
Yep. So that's 13 points of damage.
13 points of damage. All right, so a strong blow. Shorewin, you feel your long sword strike up the front of the creature this time. You sever what look like garments. It's wearing this robe, as you see on the screen here. It actually pops the clasp on the robe, and it opens up this chest, which is rippling with muscle, but just skin without life, without color, without blood. And as you damage it, the creature hisses at you, "You will die, Cavalier!" And it leaps towards you. All right, let's go to Lilith.
I'll try to hit with my staff again, but I'll use my advantage.
All right, roll to hit. So this is Lilith right here on the cam if you're watching.
20? So... yeah, 20.
Does that include all the bonuses?
Yes, yeah, because there should be one for bless and one for short thing, right?
Yeah,
All right.
the Lion's Call.
Yeah.
And so your blow swings just past the creature. You catch the fairy fire. You see motes of sparks from the fairy fire, but you do not hit the creature. Now we go to Gimbal.
Okay. Can Gimbal make a bit of a leap? I don't know how high that is, 4, 5, 6 feet. Can he make a leap and make up some of that distance? Can he get pretty close to the paling within a 10-foot, quote-unquote, distance?
Yeah, so absolutely. I think so. What you're asking is really, when you're leaping, can you get that distance more than you could with just walking? And yeah, it's a simple leap for you. So yes, are you trying to close to melee distance?
Yeah.
All right. Gimbal leaps off the rocks. You land right next to the creature. So you're now all surrounding it.
So standing by his feet, his goal is what he's going to do is, with the powder already kind of seeping from his hands as he's standing here, he has blue and yellow and red colors of powder in his hands. As he throws it up into the face of the paling, he will... one second, sorry here. Crap. He throws it up and he says, "Thy eyes retain colors of your bane, rest your head, begin to sleep." As he just throws up this powder, casting color spray upwards at an angle to avoid his allies.
Okay.
And it says 5 or more HD, the creature is stunned for 1 round. Sightless creatures are not affected by color spray. I don't know if he's sightless or not.
Okay, all right. So as you do this, and your color spray has been so effective every time you throw it up toward the creature, you literally see the dust pass through as it turns sideways. The sightless eyes recognize the color not at all. The rest of the party, you see this coruscating color that surrounds. You see red around you, and then blue as it flashes all around, but the creature remains unaffected. But hey, well role played, sir. Very nicely done.
Indeed.
I'm so sorry it was ineffective, but it was awesome.
I'm learning a lot about this guy. So
Yeah.
I don't know how feats work. Can I implement my feat right now? So I use run, which lets me run 5 times my walking distance.
So you normally could, except you already used your movement
That's
when you leapt
perfect.
off the rock, right? So you can't do both, leaping off the rock, getting close, cast a spell, then so you can save that for next round, but you are in its proximity now. All right, Ashrin, you see she runs forward, seeing the blood streaming from Brim. She places her hands on Brim, and you feel the healing power of Ashrin. You get 7 hit points of healing back to the damage that you've suffered. You feel the wound on your side begins to knit up just a bit. And that concludes the round. We go to initiative.
So that's Lilith.
Yeah, it's rolling to Lilith now. And the DM has a 5.
Come on, Lilith.
A 4! Oh! All right, hang on. 0 for 2, he's nullifying the gnome father. I don't mean to nullify the gnome father. This is a very unusual creature. Okay. You see the Paleling, this wicked-looking creature. Suddenly it turns its head as though it hears something you do not hear. And it lifts a brow with no eye beneath it and says, another time you are rescued from my clutches, but good luck to you all. It turns sideways. You see a flash of silver, and it's like it vaporizes into mid-air. And now there is silence around you. It's like it literally walked. It's like it walked into the air. Like it slipped into some sort of a sliver between realms.
Just in case, I would like to use the handle of my axe and poke out into the air around.
Brim, you poke. You see Brim not believing his own eyes, but Brim, even though the smell still lingers, it's fading. Everyone roll d20 for me, please. The Ultra Slim Shady. I saw the Slim Shady comments earlier. I just want to interrupt the stream. That's super funny.
11.
And
Okay, so I'm sorry. What 4?
Perception?
Yeah. Well, just tell me your roll. I've got your skills here. Yeah.
18.
Huh?
18.
18?
18.
All right, Gimbal. You hear snorting and stomping. Clearly, the creature vanished at the approach of orcs. An orc patrol heard the sounds of the combat and is coming.
Piss.
You see 4 orcs appear behind Winston. Coming from this angle. Winston actually does not fall. Sorry, that's my fault.
Thank you,
They
Winston.
don't appear concerned with the horse, but they heard the sound of combat and they're approaching from the rear of the party.
So Gimbal will point that way and say orcs, but he wants to use his infravision and quickly look at the ground. And I want to know if there's anything left behind by the Paleling, whether that be a spot of blood or cloth ripped from. You said that his vest thing his cape got ripped.
Okay, roll d20 for me, please. Hooves up.
Oh no!
Hey, Xtor 4711. Roll. Steve, thank you so much. What was the roll?
I got a 9.
As you're looking, it's distracting. You think you maybe see a strip of black cloth on the ground, but the charging of these orcs coming from behind is distracting to you. So do you want to try to go for that, or what are you doing?
Yeah, his whole cloak didn't fall when it got cut.
No, So it remained across his shoulders, but there's a piece of cloth that hit the ground.
I'll grab it. If I think it's his cloth, I'm going to grab it.
All right, so Gimbal leaps forward to grab the cloth, and we go to a different initiative now. Roll d6 for me, and you lost last time, so now we go to Brim, is that right? Gimbal, all right.
Whoa.
Not me, please.
DM has a 5. Hey, Celtic Boar! What do you have, Gimbal?
So statistically, we want Millie to roll, just I got a 1, which I think makes me 3 for 3 for losing. So,
Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, look, and by the way, if you don't know what he means, you got to join our Discord. Evelyn will pop the Discord creds in the chat, but Rory posts all the stats on the stream, every single roll, minutes of role play, oddities, and then of course Evelyn does all the actual narratives. I've got the most amazing players. If you want to know what Blue Box is not the DM. Blue Box is the players. These guys are freaking amazing. Unfortunately, you're in a bad spot. All right, so. The ogres, or the orcs, pardon me, they rush forward. 1, 2 flow at Millie. 1 flows at Shorewind. one flows toward Lilith as you pivot around. And I will roll there.
Question.
Yes.
The two that were going towards Millie.
Yes.
Do I have enough time to intercept charge before the one that's coming at me?
You
I don't know the
absolutely
distances.
All right. So if you want to leap in front of Millie, you can, and you will draw attacks from all three. Is that your choice?
Yes, that is my choice.
You see, Shorewin, tell me, you got to say something. Thank you, Phantom. Advantage for Lilith. You guys got to track your own advantages, and I'm going to have to track you on the honor.
Yeah.
These things come too fast for me to do.
Shane gave me one as well.
Oh, okay,
This is
thank you,
awesome.
Shane. All right, so Shorewin, as you leap in front, what say you, sir?
Vile beasts! I have seen your kind before. Get back, or you will perish tonight.
I think it's nighttime, right?
It is, yeah. It's sort of like it's about an hour. It's like an hour
So much
before
is
dawn, so it's pretty dark out. In fact, I'll go ahead and hit the night scene here, so everybody can see them. So it is about an hour before dawn. The sun is not yet up, and so now we have Shorewin surrounded by 3 orcs. The 4th orc is engaged with Lilith, Millie protected behind Shorewin. Ashrin here, Brim here, and Gimbal here, and they attack.
Can I raise another question?
Yes, you may.
Would Winston have gotten an attack of opportunity when one went by?
Only if you call him to. Yes, if you call him to, he will. And by the way, and look, and I didn't tell you that, so if you want, you can.
No, we're gonna hold off on that. That's what I was curious.
Yeah,
I
like
just didn't know the exacts on it.
Winston operates off your command. He is completely obedient to what you tell him. Millie, go ahead.
So, I was gonna say, so he functions like Shadow Mist does, like he has his own attacks and stuff.
Yeah, he can.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
But I allow the player to decide what. So if he does not want, so for example, if Winston engages, he could become the target of attack.
Correct.
So that's got to be something that Shorewin decides to do, and he may not want Winston to become a target of attack because he may not want to have his home raided by our viewers, and he may be dragged out in the streets in front of his house if Winston dies. So.
Here.
I'm pretty sure,
advantage to
Evelyn, he emailed you his address, right?
Oh no! What have I done?
Perfect. That's all I need to know.
I have opened Pandora's box. Advantage to Winston is going to destroy this whole stream. I can see it already. Okay, so you do not have him attack, correct?
I do not right now.
Okay, flowers and braids as he enters combat. All right, so 3 orcs hack at you. Human scum! They clearly heard the sound of combat. The first one, that is a miss. The second one, that is a miss. The third one, that is a hit. An orcish blade bites into your armor, pierces through it, hits your side. You take 7 points of damage from the orcish blade. Lilith, the one in front of you, attacks. It misses. You easily dodge it. We go now to the party. Let's start with you, Shorewin. Sorry, go ahead.
Quick question.
Uh-huh.
Sorry. Are we still blessed?
Good question. So it is duration based. Yes, you are still blessed because it's not enemy based. It's duration based, so it's still in effect.
Second question: does this count as a new
Yeah,
combat so that I could use precise?
I will call this a new combat. Yes.
Okay.
Now, having said that, the new combat, then if I want to use Lion's Call, I've got to do a new Lion's
This is
Call.
a new combat. It was not contiguous. It was 2 separate creatures, 2 separate fights. There was a break between the two, so all of the sort of per combat feats are still available to you. Obviously, that doesn't renew your spells. We don't use short rests here, none of that. But anything that's a per combat feat is still available to you. All right, so we go to you, Shorewin.
So I'm going to again use Lion's Call.
Ha! It's good to see these orcs here. Me and my friends, who have fought a variety of monsters at this point, are going to take each of your heads. And I plan on taking them back with me, alongside Winston here. And at that point, I'm going to yell to Winston. And I'm going to yell to Winston to charge over and kick the one that hit me or not kick, but use bite on the one that hit me.
Okay, so Winston now engaging in the fray. You see he raises up. Oh, that was horrible. Sorry. I can do better than that. I'll practice that. He raises up. His two hooves come down. He doesn't bite. He does what he wants. He comes down on the back of the creature and he hits. Oh my gosh. I didn't even roll advantage on that. Winston, I forgot it. Winston, that was an 18 on the die. That is a strong hit. And let me roll damage.
It's the flowers in his mane.
It is. The flowers are.
Extra power.
Oh my gosh. You see Winston, as he raises up, he tramples this orc. He splits its skull with one of his hooves. Thunk! And slams it into the ground, and it bleeds out underneath the power of Winston's hooves.
Dream MVP for Winston.
Wow.
That's mine.
That's Winston's first kill. Holy smokes. Yeah, I rolled super well for him.
I'm assuming me having him attack counts as my action.
No. You still have a full action. Go ahead.
I love it then.
Action.
Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and take a swipe at a second orc that's sitting here.
Winston Skull Splitter, flowered mane of pain. Thank you, Steve.
Oh my god, that's brilliant. So we're going to use one of my advantages to roll. And really? Okay, 11?
No, that's a
Total.
miss. Yeah.
I know.
You swing.
Oh, wait. 12, 13. The bless is one, and
13,
Lion's
that's a
Call is
hit.
one.
All right, so yeah, so you swing your blade, it hits the shield and then skitters off into the shoulder of this orc. It bites. Go ahead and roll damage.
And that's 13.
13 points. Tell me what it looks like.
So, remember, still have the cut from the previous fight.
Right.
Blood drips down the front of my immaculately clean armor. The eyes grow wide. At this point, I am viciously angry. The sword is raised high above the head, comes down across the face of the orc.
Woo! You split his ugly maw in twain. Your blade slices right across the face. It fountains open in a spray of blood. Teeth splatter, flesh spreads, and the creature staggers back and falls to the ground. All right, I need everyone to roll a d20 for me before we move on with the rest of the combat, please.
Okay. Natural 20.
Evan.
Nat.
Hey!
Okay.
3.
Jinx. You only have coke.
Evelyn. You are the first to hear the sound of more orcish boots coming from the opposite direction. They clearly split in twain. And you see.
With my nat 20, can I tell approximately how many more?
You can. You see them. Actually, I'm going to give. They would have an attack, but they're not going to get an attack this round. You saw them so early. There are 4 more orcs that pour over these hills, including the largest of them, wielding a massive spear. And they will be in the fray the next round. But you saw them ahead of time.
And I'm just gonna use this moment to call out to the rest of the party. We've got more company.
All right. Now we'll go to Brim.
Okay, question, DM. Do ogres and orcs speak the same language, or is it separate?
It's separate, but you know enough of basic orcish. You can utter some sort of guttural thing, some basic. You don't know full orcish, but you know enough of it.
I turn, of course, looking at the biggest one in the group. If I do hear them behind me, which I rolled really low, but she yelled it out. Yeah, you hear her yell it out. So you're going to be a split second behind, but yes, you can say whatever you want to say. Cool. I'd like to turn and if you can see, trying to get my orcish right. Horse kill hard, we kill harder. All right, bravo. So are you attacking? You can still attack. Oh yeah, I'd like to run up to the biggest one if I can get there and attack. All right, so the biggest one is the one coming off this rock. You cannot get
So let me pull the laser here, and you can look on your camera. The biggest one is here, coming off the rock. You can't get all the way over there and still attack. You have another large one here, right in front of you. One beside him, and one here.
Okay, then yeah, I'll head straight forward. I'll yell back to Ashrin in common again. Ashrin, stay back. Stay safe. I'm going to swing at the one on the right, on Brim's.
This one right here, the sort of larger one on Brim's right shoulder, right? Okay, roll to hit.
Yes, sir. Actually 15 to hit.
That's a hit. Roll damage.
Cool. And are we still? Yes. Are we still adding?
Yes.
Lesson.
Yes.
Call.
Sweet. But Lion's Call doesn't add to damage, does it?
No, it's
No.
just your attack roll.
Just attack roll.
That's 16 damage.
16. Okay, as you leap forward, describe it for me, Brim.
As I yell this to them, I just get this big smile. And I swing, decapitating the one, and then using my cleave, I'd like to push it onward to the next one.
Okay, your second attack on cleave. You decapitate the first. His head goes spinning off into the trees. Your second
28
attack.
to hit.
What's that?
Yeah, it hits.
28 to hit.
Yeah, that's a hit. Yeah.
No. We're not banning the paling anymore.
There'll be.
Yeah, it's not the paling. Yeah,
Sorry. 14 damage on that one.
Oh my gosh! All right, tell me what that one looks like. So you lop the head off with your axe of the first. The head spins off into the bushes. You pivot toward the other one, and
I'd like to almost like keep just shifting my front foot so I keep the propulsion going and just push it through the neck of the next one.
all right, so it's one contiguous swing. It severs the neck of the first. You see the other one's head. Oh, it turns to look at you. You catch it right in the throat. That same swing severs. Both heads go rolling off into the grass. Well done, sir.
I would like to point at the big one. Just
All right, you point at the big one. Let's go to let's see. So I'm losing track. I'm getting so excited here. Millie.
Alright, so I am going to kind of spin out from behind Shorewood and attack the orc that is one of the orcs that's in front of him still.
All right, well, there's only one orc less in front of him because
Okay.
he killed one and Winston killed the other. So you
Okay,
spin out.
So yeah, I'll spin out from behind
All right.
him, and I'm going to use an advantage on my rapier attack and precise strike.
Okay, roll to hit. Orc logic is a tricky, elusive thing. That's right, Phantom.
Natural 20!
Oh, yeah!
confirm.
All right, roll to confirm the critical. You see the sun starts to peek over the horizon.
24, 25 for the confirmation.
That is a confirmation of a crit. Roll percentile dice as I pull out these old school Middle-earth role-playing crits, and I'm on the / crit table.
Hey.
Or using a rapier, or I'm sorry, what's your weapon again?
My rapier.
Okay, so it's a puncture crit. All right, go ahead. I don't want Steve to get mad at me. Rapiers are puncture primarily.
That is I don't add anything to that one, so it's just a 35.
A 35, okay. Roll damage, and I'll tell you what happens.
Damage. Okay, and precise strike, so I add my level to it. I'm not using a push point for this one, just so you know.
Okay.
So I'm not adding the extra. So that's 10 points of damage.
All right, so you puncture, and then with the crit added, you catch it right in the chest. You drive your rapier through. You feel you catch lung, blood fountains out the back. The creature is almost dead, but not yet dead.
I still have my dagger.
And so go ahead and roll your dagger to hit.
Come on.
It's pulling its blade.
That's a natural 18 on the die.
Yeah.
That is a hit. Roll damage. It's got its blade up, poised to hit you.
All right, and then damage is 8 points of damage.
All right, as it's coming down with your dagger, you come right up, you catch it beneath the chin. You drive your blade up through its jaw. You see the head snap back. And the orc falls over dead. Lilith, you have...
And Millie's gonna pull her dagger out and just kind of wipe it off and put it on the back of her hip for right now.
All right, so Lilith, you have one right in front of you, a good-sized orc bearing down on you with a heavy axe.
She'll attack with her staff. 14, 15 to hit.
On that one, that just hits. Roll damage.
Okay. 6. And I get, is there a bonus for bless or no?
Yeah, the bless is still in effect, so you get +1. So it's a total of 7 points. All right, thunk, you hit the creature with your staff. This one's a little bit bigger. You see it's kind of rocked. It grunts, but it still comes around with its axe. Gimbal.
Alright, so there's 2 left, correct?
There are 3. You have. Sorry, you can't see this one. Let me pull it forward on the camera. So you have one that's charging toward Ashrin. You have one that's up here on the rock, and you have one that's engaging Lilith. So you're sort of. I'll show what the. So here, one charging forward. These are the 2 that Brim just killed. You know, they're lying in a pool of blood. Both their heads have rolled over here somewhere. You have this one coming off the rock here, and you have this one engaging Lilith here.
Perfect. So Gimbal is going to, like, his hands are always in his pouch. Like, it just seems to be where they belong. He'll pull out a piece of fleece as he takes a survey around him, and he sees these 3, and he remembers when he was on Gimbal's rock, looking into the fort, seeing this massive red dragon. He's going to pull out this fleece and say, "You've seen one, but I'm with one. Now, time to flee." And he's going to point up to the top of the hill above that orc on the hill. Where Gimbal was sleeping.
Up here? Uh-huh.
Going to pose a similar looking red dragon with silent image.
Okay.
As if he just summoned this red dragon.
Okay, all right, great. So, can you read the description of that spell for me so I know how I should react to this?
Yes, sir.
Any DM that tells you he knows every spell in the books is either a liar or J. Scott. So, you got to just tell me what it says.
The effect, the visual, so it cannot extend beyond 4 10-foot cubes, so it can be quite large. This spell creates a visual illusion of an object, creature, or force as visualized by you. The illusion does not create sound, smell, texture, or temperature. You can move the image within the limits of the size of the effect. So I'd like to make it slightly beefier than the one I saw. Granted, it has to stay within 4.
But still sort of looking like the one you saw, the red dragon you saw. Okay. All right.
Because that's a visual that I know that I can pull from.
All right. So you create this very clear visual. So let's put that. Now, obviously, it doesn't have necessarily the orc atop it here. But we're going to put that visual up on top of the rocks here. So you create this visual of the dragon atop there. As you do this, the orc that stands here glances over his shoulder. Gazoo! He seems encouraged, as though his leader is here, and he leaps off the rocks towards you. We go to Ashrin. Ashrin. Oh my gosh. I'm not trying to be an evil DM. That just seemed like that was the right thing to have happen there. You showed them their own. All right, so but it was clever though. No disrespect meant to you, Rory. It was really clever, but just yeah. All right, so this orc is running toward Ashrin. She holds out her hands. It ignores Brim's call, trying to stop it. It seems to have a hunger for the flesh of a female, and it runs toward her, slavering with claws. She holds out her hands. She casts a spell, and let's see here. Okay, as she casts, you see the orc suddenly freezes in mid-motion and is absolutely stuck as it appears before her. And now, their attack. The one in front of Lilith He swings down at you with this axe. You hit him pretty good, but he's still alive. And that is a hit. Lilith, you take... Ouch, you take 10 points of damage. Axe bites into your right up here between the shoulder and the neck. Your trap slices down, opens up a huge wound. Blood flows. The other one in front of Ashwin is now frozen. This one, the one that leaped off the rocks, is in front of Gimbal. Gimbal, he attacks. I'm using one of the advantages that I still have.
Does he get a negative to his hit? Is he too big for me?
Yeah, so it's a large against a small, so it's a -2. It's not huge to small, but thank you for so I do honor that. Yes, and I'm using advantage. A 6 and a nat 20. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. All right, so I'm going to roll on the confirmation. It takes the same minus.
There was nice snowman.
No.
I have a critical on Gimbal. Using the spear. All the viewers, please say a prayer.
Question.
You're too far away.
Okay.
I know your question, and I love the Cavalier's heart. Man, you have killed it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. All right, so let me kill all background music here.
I'm not going.
Thank you, Redbeard, for the cheer. I'll read the crit, and then I'll describe what happens. Strike to the neck, nerves and blood vessels severed, dies of massive heart failure. This spear comes up, it catches Gimbal right in the throat. It punctures through your larynx, back out to the back of your neck, pokes out the back of your neck, your head lolls back, and Gimbal slides off the spear. The orc cries out, looks back over its shoulder. The image vanishes as Gimbal falls to the ground. And we go to initiative.
I have a question.
Yes.
I have Swashbuckler's Initiative as one of my granted feats. Do I get to use that in any way?
Yeah, so I'm glad you asked that. Thank you. Sorry, we're all just enduring a moment here of pain. Holy crap. So, anytime you're rolling for initiative, your Swashbuckler's Initiative will give you a +1. So on your group initiative, you have an additional +1.
All right.
And we go to initiative. Oh.
6.
What? 6?
6.
Was
5
it-
plus 1.
Okay,
6.
5 plus 1. All right, the DM has a 3. All right, you have initiative. And we're going to start with you, Millie.
I was going to say, as Millie sees Gimbal fall, she just goes, "No!" And she just charges towards that.
All right, that is 10 feet. You can get there, and it is your attack. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Using advantage.
Oh, I can't believe.
Natural 20!
Oh! Okay, roll to confirm.
That's 23.
That is a crit. Roll percentile dice. Oh, what was your nat on your nat rolling the crit? Because like if you get a 19 or 20, you know you add to that, but I assume it wasn't.
It was just a 13.
Thank you for the follows, everybody. We're all mourning right now. I assume that's the smoke behind Gimbal.
97.
97?
97.
Oh my gosh. Hold on here. Oh my gosh. You do All right, so you can role play this as you like, but the 97 on the puncture is a strike through the neck, breaking the backbone, severing the spine, paralyzed from the... It's exactly the same freaking thing the creature did to Gimbal. That is unbelievable. You tell me what it looks like.
So Millie is just pissed off because she and Gimbal, they were developing a very, very good bond, I think. Not as strong as some of the other people, but their bond was getting there. They playfully, egged at each other, and she is just not having it. And so she just gets up to him, and with both her rapier and dagger, slice his head off in just a X-cross motion.
As she does the X-cross, the head flies off the creature. The image of the dragon vanishes, and the remaining orc tries to turn and run. Lilith, you have an attack of opportunity on the creature, as does Winston, if you want him to do so.
Lilith, if Gimbal is right in front of her, right?
Yeah, he's right next to her here.
I'm assuming she would have seen everything happen, so she's just gonna fall right to the ground on her knees, and she's gonna cast Obscuring Mist just to kind of protect Gimbal's body.
All right. A mist covers the area here. Sorry, I don't have a mist effect, but it covers the area here, and soon both Lilith and Gimbal are shrouded in this mist. As the creature turns, Shorewin, do you wish to give Winston an attack of opportunity?
Yes, I look at Winston. We make eye contact. I nod, and I yell, "Finish this."
All right, I'm going to let you make the attack roll.
And we're going to roll with one of his advantages. He has 2 currently.
Okay.
I gotta pull up his 12 on the dice. So for
yeah, so I know.
bite-
So with a 12 on the die, creature fleeing, that's a hit. Okay, roll damage.
Okay.
And you're going to roll a D10. He's coming
Yep.
down with both hooves. Now this orc
Okay.
already took damage from Lilith, so
Yep. D10. Make sure I got the right one. Yep. 7.
all right. As the orc flees, Gimbal. Whoops, sorry, wrong one here. Gimbal. His body bleeding into the soil, the obscuring mist that Lilith has cast. Millie raging, trembling as blood splatters from both of her blades. Winston comes down again, crushes the back of this orc as it goes by, drives its spine into the ground, and slays it. And soon, all is still, save the flow of blood into the soil. There is no sign of the Paleling, and all the orcs are dead. The sun now creeps further up over the horizon.
What about the frozen one in front of Ashrin?
Yeah.
Who killed that one?
Yeah, so that's like anybody's. That's fair game. Sorry, yeah, he's still sitting there frozen. So I'll let Brim is the closest. Who hasn't? So Brim, you can have the honors if you'd like.
Oh yeah. He's going to turn because he did the swing. Would you say he had seen Gimbal?
You heard the cry. You heard the gurgling of blood. You heard Millie scream. You had already finished both those other creatures. Your head pivoted around. You see Gimbal lying in a pool of blood, and you see the one remaining orc looking like it's about to attack Ashrin, but frozen in mid motion.
Is this like a I still have to roll or finish him off?
No, you do it however you want. He's completely. There's no roll needed here.
I turn and seeing Gimbal, I drop my axe and look at the final one, and I just walk over to him, and I grab the front of his jaw, and I tear his head off.
Nice. You see Brim rips the creature's jaw, upper and lower mandible in half, just spreads his head open, blood fountains, and the creature falls over dead. Now there is silence. Gimbal lies fallen.
I also sent you a message, John.
Okay, thank you. Hang on here.
Everyone
And-
can continue.
Does this have any expletives in it?
No.
Millie's gonna look down at the body of the orc she just killed, and she's just gonna spit on it.
Even as you do this, everyone roll d20 for me except Gimbal, please.
Oh, jeez.
16.
Natural 20.
11.
Natural 1.
Millie, you hear footsteps coming from behind you, the opposite direction of where the orcs came.
There are more coming, I think. We should collect Gimbal and go.
I'm going to... Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you can go.
I'm going to go over to Winston, and I'm going to pull him over to where Gimbal is, and I'm going to pick up Gimbal as gently as possible. I'm going to look at Winston. I'm going to nod at him and set him gently on the back of Winston.
So before you do that, Terry, you'll see Lilith. She's on her knees, covered in Gimbal's blood. She's just sobbing over top of his body as the fog dissipates around her. That's what you guys see. And she'll help carry his body onto Winston as well.
Then, wait, I'm going to adjust me slightly.
Okay.
I'm going to kneel down next to Lilith. I'm going to look at her and say, he fought bravely.
She doesn't... Okay. Yeah. She won't acknowledge him. She's too busy. Right. Yeah.
All right. As you do this, you see, as though you needed any more, you see a figure appear over the top of the rocks here. But it's Rayam. She runs back holding her bow like she's come from some distance, as though she heard the battle. She looks across what's happened, and she drops the bow. No, I could not leave you, but I'm too late. Ashrin goes running over to Gimbal as you're lifting him up on the horse. She's also sobbing. Rayam just stands at the top of the hill, speechless. And we're going to take our break right there.
That's good idea.
Okay. All right, Rory, please don't. There were no curse words in what you sent me, so thank you. Hang tight, everybody. We're going to go to break. We're going to have a quick 6 or 7 minute break, which is going to allow our players to get themselves collected. I am not a player killer, but it is part of the game, and you have to have the risk of death. So we'll talk more about that after the break. Hey, thank you for the follow, T27 Henderson. Thank you for everybody, the great chat, the follow. There's lots of weeping going on for Gimbal right now. We do have 2 giveaways, but I'm going to wait till after the break to talk about those because I just think it's inappropriate to discuss those right now. And I saw your hand up, Evelyn. Did you have something you wanted to say?
I was just wondering if Millie could do one thing before we went to break, just so I don't forget.
Well, okay, so before you say that, there's one thing I want to do for Millie. So based on what you did, rushing over the way you role-played that, then to actually get the exact same crit on the creature that the creature had on Gimbal, that gives you a minor fate chip. Now, that's not going to do anything. That minor fate chip will not raise dead, right? But it's you now have a minor fate chip for the fantastic role play and the incredible role in the combat. And so add that to your repertoire. Go ahead.
Millie still has the blood on her blades. So she's going to find on the rocks just a flat rock face. And she's going to take some of the blood from her blade. And in Orcish, she's going to write, "Your lives are forfeit." And leave that there as a message.
All right, add another advantage to your list. That's fantastic. I love that role play. Man, you're crushing it. Yeah, it is part of the game, Rox, but it's a sad part of the game and something I never, man, especially a beloved character. That's like suicide for me as a DM. This is the most beloved character. So before we go to break, how many bits to earn the party a wish, Redbeard? So look, that's not a thing. Major fate chips can be won. A major fate chip could overturn something like that, but no one has one yet. We're going to come back from break here in about 5 minutes. Rory will be back with us. And I want everyone to think...
I'll be back.
All right, good. I'll be back. I want everyone to think of your possible options here. Now, I'm just going to say that. Everyone think of your possible options. Everyone say a quick word of prayer. Thank you for all of our new followers and subs. Man, I don't even have the heart for this, but I'm going to try to do it. All right, so if you're watching right now and you haven't given us a follow, and let's do this in a mournful fashion, we have one question for you. What are you doing? Yeah, give us a follow, and we're going to be...
That doesn't even feel right.
No, it doesn't, but it's so appropriate. And we got those 2 giveaways. Followers and subs have advantage, and we'll come back after the break. Players, you can stick around if you want them to leave your mics hot. Oh, gosh. I feel like crying.
I knew there was danger in saying that for nine sessions, Gimbal has not taken a point of damage.
How do you know? Are you kidding me? I didn't hear you say that. He had never taken damage?
He did.
He'd stayed out of the fray.
Oh my gosh. I did not realize that.
He's never taken any damage. He's only caused 12, but he's never taken any.
Oh, okay.
If I was just a little closer, I could have stopped it.
You've done enough, man. I'm just, oh my gosh. All right, so we got a quick 6-minute break. Coming after the break, we have a mug that we're giving away. We have a set of Dice Envy dice that we're giving away, and we'll see what happens with the party who is grieving now the body of Gimbal laying gently over the back of Winston, the noble steed that had 2 kills in that combat. You guys can chat with the viewers if you would like. I'll be back in 5.
Speechless right now. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's going to be tough to come back from, eh? Whew.
Indeed.
Oh, man. Yeah, good to see Ram there. Yeah, good timing. There's a bit of sarcasm in there.
Yeah, she shows up after having, like, man, snatched Gimbal's cane away, being a total the worst, and then shows up just in time for him to be dead. That's great. Thanks, Ram. She's probably the last person I think any of us wants to see right now.
So you rolled a 97 for the kill on that orc, right?
Yep.
Which is also what killed Gimbal.
Yep.
Which is also what almost killed me.
Yep.
We need to not roll that anymore.
No, we need to roll that.
Jeez. Let me rephrase that. Almost killed Brim, then almost killed me.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great question, Ridiculous. Because we've come to love the characters. I mean, let's be honest. Good storytelling and good stories, you start to... I'm going to use Doctor Who as my example. When Amelia Pond and Rory Pond die, oh, it broke me up. We know they're fake. But man, when you put so much of your own imagination into something like this, it hits you. But I think that's what's so great about this is the storytelling makes us all buy into these characters. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to bring up Pond. She's my favorite, so I had to. It's what I use. gotta admit, it was a good idea to bring out the dragon. Just a minor backfire. I was gonna eat something during this break, but I can't even eat anything right now. That's, yep, Captain Beard, so true. So true. I guess if we're gonna try and look bright side of things, this is a character who's not going to be forgotten for some time, which means legends are something. There will be tales told in his honor across fires and swigs of milk. I will admit the switch in background that Rory did was well played. Yes, he was. He was close to his childhood home.
Yeah, we were only about 2 miles away.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I literally teared up. So we'll give a minute to come back. Hopefully it does. By the way, I'm offended here. Our viewers and our followers always pick up when I step away from the camera and go on break. So I don't know how that works, but it must be they don't want to see me. They like you guys. Rory, good to see you back, sir. And I don't know. I'm kind of rocked here. I don't know how to respond. It's always part of it. Hang on, no, we don't want that.
So I'll help you out with this, John.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so just a few moments ago, Kilraig the Rogue followed.
Okay. Unfortunately, no. But you're sitting high, by the way. I don't know. All of a sudden, your camera is like cutting off half your head.
It's just me.
Okay.
So yeah, Kilraig the Rogue just followed. If you recognize that name.
Kilraig, yes.
Oh yeah, I do recognize that name.
This is his first episode of.
Oh no! And his dad died on his first episode. I'm sorry, Kilrag. I didn't mean to kill your father. Golly, I didn't mean to. I mean, holy smokes! Like you got some popular characters. All right, so. We're going to get right back to the action, but let me try to recompose myself here. First of all, thank you to all of our sponsors, but of course the big announcement today, which I also shared on Sunday, is we have this new sponsor, Mantic Games. Hold on, let me clear the ominous music. That's probably not appropriate for Mantic Games. Let me go to something like this. So Mantic Games, they make Terrain Crate. Super cool stuff. We're going to be giving away Terrain Crate gear. It's going to be featured on our table, and we're really, really thankful for them as a new sponsor. Dice Envy, Dragon Crafting Guild, Atris Minis, Frederica Draws. We're getting all kinds of support, and thank you to our viewers. I still say we have the best chat. It's incredible. Like the number of viewers we have compared to followers, we have a really engaged community, and I'm so thankful for that. And congrats to all of you. Tonight we're giving away one of these gorgeous blue box mugs. These guys are super cool. That one's been washed probably 10 times in a dishwasher. These things don't fade. They are gorgeous. And thank you, Phantom. I love the community as well. And then we have those Omega dice. Here we go. These guys. It's hard to show on the camera, but they're super cool dice from Dice Envy. We're giving these guys away tonight later on stream, and we've only got about an hour. So this is your late night, right, Vivi?
Last week was her late one.
This is your short night.
She was able to be with us on Wednesday.
The one I skipped. That's right. That's why I'm thinking. Okay, so less than an hour. Thank you, 888. Okay. With all of that said, we'll resume the action. Party. What do you do?
In question, did we hear more footsteps than just,
No, it was Rayam.
Okay.
Rayam now stands atop that hill beside you. She has the same sort of aghast look as the rest of you. She clearly heard the sounds of combat, and as she said, though she was frustrated, ironically, by the actions of the gnome, she could not leave the party utterly alone. She came running back, and just a moment too late.
Lilith will completely ignore Ram. She'll look to Brim and Millie and ask if we should take him back to his town.
I think that would be the best thing we could do for Gimbal. If it were me, that's just what I would want.
Brim has headed over to where his pack and everything is and starts to get dressed.
All right, as Brim pulls on his armor, Rayam comes down from the top of the rock.
And he doesn't just get on his armor normally. He has to, switch out his clothing from his night garments.
Right.
And without even a second thought, takes off his shirt.
As he takes off his shirt, describe for everyone what they see.
Especially since you're looking at his back now, you see almost like someone's played a sickened game of tic-tac-toe. Just entire lashings across his entire back. Now you see the thicker scar going around to the front of his neck. Across his arms, you see now the beginnings of the scars where they were made. And what looks to be almost like what could have been tissue damage at some time within his back of just being hunched. But now he keeps perfect posture. And just keeps getting dressed.
Millie is going to clean her blades and her armor as just something to do. She needs to be occupied right now, so...
Lilith will stay with Gimbal's body and Winston.
Shorin's gonna turn and look at Rayam and say, "What do you want?"
I'll be honest with you, Cavalier. I originally simply wanted to fulfill my duty. I was charged with guiding this party, and the actions... She looks over at Gimbal's body and drops her head. I came back to help. Perhaps I still can. You mentioned his home. He was part of the gnomish community here. I can guide you to that. It's just a bit beyond this hill.
I'm gonna look at Gimbal on the horse. And then I'm gonna look back at her and say, "You don't ask me. You ask them."
She
Then I'm gonna
steps
go
back.
to
I ask no one. I offer, and I offer to all. I will help.
Rim, now would you say this was enough time that he's gotten on his armor?
Yeah, you got it all strapped on.
He walks up and will extend a hand out to Rayam. Just very blank-faced.
I'll put it up here on the camera. She steps forward hesitantly to Brim. You hulk. You tower over her. She's barely over 5 feet. You standing close to 8 feet. She looks around. She sees the disapproval on faces all around her. But somehow, you sense a trust in you. And she lifts her hand. Still, like, hesitant, cautious.
And I just reach out and grab it.
Like, you grab it, like, even without meaning to, like, you pull her forward. You're so much bigger than her. You kind of rock her off her heels, and her eyes go wide.
Do not blame yourself for what's happened. I sent you away. I'm sorry. It would be of great help for you to lead us to the gnomes. And he puts his hand, kind of claps on the other side, and let's go.
When Lilith hears this, she'll walk over, completely ignoring Ram in the beginning and just looking right at Ram. And still covered in Gimble's blood, she'll take the map out and she'll lay it in front of Ram. Perhaps you should point to where we should be, in case you fancy leaving again.
Oh, wow. Throw shade, girl. Nicely done. All right, so you pull out the map. And the map's up on the screen now. So she seems alternately humbled by Brim's words. He could have crushed her with his grip and he didn't. And chastened by yours. I will not leave you, but it is just 2 miles to the north to this gnomish community, and I will guide you there. I give you my word. So you're here, just north of this Orcish group where the little hand is floating on the screen, and the gnome community is probably here in the Cron Hills to the east of the Lort Mill Mountains.
Lilith will look at Ryan and say, "Your word means nothing to me," and roll up the map and put it in her hip, and then resume right by Gimble's body, by Winston.
She drops her head.
Where's Millie right now?
I'm basically standing where Gimble's body fell.
Okay. Lilith will come over to Millie, and she'll take the map out. She says we need to head over this way.
And Millie will you can see tension in her face, and she kind of just nods, and then she takes out her flask and just takes a really long drink.
And then
holds it towards you.
Yeah, Lilith will also take a large swig.
Rayam says, "Would you rather I leave?" Ashrin walks over. "I think we would. You have betrayed us. If you had been here, perhaps he would be alive."
Ryan, please stay. She's better than any of us at going through these mountains. We should not blame her for his death. We blame the orc, and we must do everything in our power now to stop the orc from hurting others. It's when we let our emotions get out of control that bad things happen. We need to think logical about this. And as he picks up his great club, puts it on his shoulder, he turns around instinctively. And he holds a hand out, and then he stops. He closes his eyes, looks back at Rayam. With the group's approval, I'd like to move.
Before leaving, the orc that killed Gimbal, is there anything on his body that's different than around his clothing that's different than any of the other orcs?
So he had a long spear. Like he had a spear that was different than the rest.
Just something, just marking him different other than like weapons. I mean, like anything on his clothing or anything.
Just his size. You know, he was larger. Looked like some type of a leader.
Okay.
But nothing other than that. Other than obviously he's had his neck severed. But yeah, he's larger with a long spear, muscular, sort of hulking physique.
Okay. That's all she wants to know. Okay. We can press forward.
I mean, his head is laying on the ground, by the way. So, like,
No,
I mean, I'm not telling you.
doesn't.
All right. So, all right. So, you guys, DM, quiet. You guys decide what you want to do here.
Going to the gnomes. Taking Gimbal to his people.
I can take you there. Miriam lifts her head at Brim's words, and she begins to lead you to the north and east in the hills. And gosh, everybody, why it's like it's a mausoleum in here. Holy crap. Teach the DM to kill a character, right? All right, so as you head toward the north and east, the sun gleams, but not hot. It is, again, patch wall. There's a chill autumn air that wafts. But oddly, no birds sing. There is no joy. The solemnity that's felt in your own hearts seems to extend throughout the hills. You wind your way through craggly, rock-ridden hills, the body of Gimbal jostling atop Winston as he's led along by Shorewind. You move through these hills. You have a few moments here to, if there's anything else anyone would like to say as you're walking through the hills.
No.
Just walking along silently.
Utter silence. Rayam seems abashed, and she constantly looks over her shoulders and says, we are but a few hundred yards away. I don't know how the gnomes will respond. She looks apologetically at Brim. I don't...
I will hang back.
I mean no disrespect.
None taken. Thank you.
Lilith will go up to Brim. Can I borrow your shirt?
Of course. And once again, still very blank, he pulls out the shirt and hands it to her.
And Lilith will take the shirt and drape it over Gimbal's body as we head into town.
Right before we head into town.
It's not a town, by the way. You're actually headed toward a hole in a cave, and you see some gnomes surrounding it. This is sort of something embedded inside the rock of the Lort Mill, or the Cron Hills, rather.
Okay. I'm going to walk over to Brim. Are there any last things you'd like to say before we take him?
Oh, no, he was a good fighter.
I nod and I go back to the front of Winston when I'm ready.
All right, so you're leading Winston, and hang on here for a second. I'm going to set something up. I'm going to let you guys continue to role play this. So you're approaching, it is again sort of a carve out in the mountains. You see there is an archway in the hills, the Lort Mills to the west. The Crons grow tall here, and there is a huge, probably 10 feet high, 20 foot wide hole carved out in the hills with some gnomes standing around the edge of it as you're approaching. I'm going to allow you to roleplay this while I set something up.
I'm going to hang back behind a hill and just stay.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say before Millie walks away from with the rest of the group with with Winston and everyone, she's going to kind of just turn, look at Brim, and reach out and just give him a gentle squeeze on the arm, just as a, and then turn back.
So I'm kind of seeing the same too. Lilith will go up to Brim. She'll stand beside him and kind of lean in towards him, bringing her arm at his back. And she'll look up at him and bring her hands out so that he can bring his face down to hers. And just kind of put her forehead against his forehead. I'll go in there and see what I can do. Just wait. Maybe I can get you to come in. And then she'll walk away with the group as we head into the cave.
All right. Anyone else?
Lilith, if you'll allow Millie to, she would just kind of wrap her arm around you as just needing the support in this right now, especially after last night and today.
Oh yeah, for sure. Much like how Millie did, she'll kind of bring her arm up and kind of pat her head and sob quietly into her shoulder and wipe Millie's tears. And we can head in.
All right, so as you move forward, you see a pair of gnome guards stand at the edge of this overhang, and one of them calls out, "Hey, you! Who goes there? What business do you have here?" He holds up a little spear. The other one stands by the other side. He's got looks like a club of some kind.
Where is Ryan in conjunction with all of us? Is she in front or in back?
No, she's kind of lingering behind the rest of the party. So you see she is, actually, hold on, she dropped here. She's sort of here, lingering behind the back of the party as you approach this.
Lilith will step forward, unarmed. She looks somber and sad. She kind of looks to the ground. She says, "We're here on behalf of Gimbal."
Gimbal? Am I supposed to know what that name means?
He's from here.
The other one standing beside him kind of nudges him. You mean Gimbal? Like, Gimbal? I don't see him.
And she'll kind of look, she's still covered in blood. She'll kind of look up at the horse and kind of pat Winston gently on his neck. We've come to bring his body back.
He's dead?
Yes.
You see, they kind of look between, they sort of whisper, they lean over, they talk for a moment. Leave your weapons here. You can go in.
Without a doubt, Lilith immediately takes all of her weapons off. And she'll pat Winston on the face. If he'll listen to come in with me. If nobody else is willing.
Millie will look at just the gnomes in general and just say, "If I leave these, you promise to take good care of them, correct?"
Oh my gosh. Take care of them. We'll take care of them, but we saw the big one hiding in the hill. Bring him. He's got to come in too, or you don't come in at all. All weapons left here. All of you or no one.
He means no harm. We just kept him there so that so you guys wouldn't think that. So you guys wouldn't be scared, I guess. We just left him there. He can stay there, or unless you guys want him to come in.
Bring him!
Since Millie's quick, she'll go. She can move quickly back.
All right. So you go, Brim. You see Millie come walking back over the hills towards you.
In that time, if you'll allow me to just say a few things. Before she comes up, he kind of goes off the side and sits down somewhere and just stares up at the blue and just kind of remembering Gimble's magic. And he looks down at his hands where the blood is from the 2 orcs that he slew.
This is what happens when you get angry. This is what happens when you enjoy in killing.
People die and he hits himself. Things get hurt and he hits himself again.
They always get hurt. You always get hurt. When you let it happen. When you let the rage build. He wasn't supposed to.
And he looks down at the axe. He sees the blade. And he shakes his head, wiping away tears. He thinks of Father Aaron.
Breathe.
And he goes to punch himself again, and his other hand catches it.
So Millie, you see this as you come around the side of the hill.
What do I see of what transpired just then?
You pretty much, you see, like he's in a zone, like he doesn't see you at all. You come around the corner, you see all of this transpire. You see him on the ground. You see him beating himself, uttering these words of self-remonstration.
Seeing him hit himself, Millie's gonna run up to him immediately and go, "Stop it, dear. Stop. It does not do Gimble any good for you to hurt yourself like this. You do not deserve this. This is not your fault."
For I didn't send her away. If I had stuck by Gimble instead of attacking the other 2 orcs.
No, dear. It is not your fault. You have to understand. She left of her own choice. And we were surrounded, and everyone did everything that they could in that moment. Do not blame yourself.
He
Please.
was the first one who smiled at me.
Are you sitting down right now? I couldn't remember. Sorry.
Yeah. He's sitting down against the hill, just hunched over himself.
As soon as he says that, Millie is literally gonna throw her like arms out and like hug him around the neck, and just hug him for a moment until he shows that he's ready for her to let go. And she's just gonna say, "It's not your fault. It's not your fault."
In Brim's mind, he just goes over and over again. Don't feel.
Don't feel.
And then he looks over at Millie. And he realizes without feeling, he would have never had these people in his life. Without feeling, he would have never had Gimble. And he turns And he pulls her in once again, kind of like the night with Tisa, and kind of puts her head into his chest, puts his chin on top, and just tries to stop himself from crying.
And unlike the night with Tisa, this time Millie actually lets herself cry, and she just cries into his chest.
So Millie starts sobbing into your chest. The first time you've really seen her break down in this fashion.
And I just kind of like rub her head.
Hey! You hear a voice emerge from the hills. Did someone say Gimbal was here? My friend Gimbal? Where? Is he okay?
Brim, the gnomes, they have asked for you to join us.
So you see this Lilith and Shorewin, you're standing closest. You see a gnome, looks, it's tough to tell gnomish age, looks probably similar in age to Gimbal. He comes running out. He's got blonde sort of hair with streaks of red on the sides. He's wearing an overcoat and he holds a staff. As he comes walking out, he's looking around hurriedly. They said Gimbal was here. Where?
Lilith will look at him and kind of just pat the top of the horse. He's here.
You see the gnome. He looks up, his little eyes. No, it can't be. No. He runs forward. He can't even reach up on Winston's withers. He tries grabbing at the cloak. No, my friend, no! He starts he leans against Winston. He starts weeping audibly. No, I told you not to leave. Why did you have to leave?
Lilith will help bring the body down, so he doesn't have to reach up.
All right, you slide the body down. Anyone else doing anything?
I'm gonna give Lilith a hand so that he can be taken down gently.
Okay. And you see Winston seems quite solemn. His head is down. The flowers in his mane almost seem in this moment as though they were intended like a funeral rite. And you pull the body of Gimbal off. This little gnome that's come out, he throws his arms around Gimbal and he just starts rocking back and forth. No, why? I told you no!
Well, Lilith will just fall to her knees and start sobbing.
Jordan takes Winston a bit off to the side.
All right, you lead Winston off to the side. So both you, Millie, and Brim, you now, after this moment that is experienced between the two of you, you hear the same clatter of voices coming from closer to the mouth of the cave.
They want us to all come in, so we should walk over there and join the others.
I'm not sure if I can.
We can't go in with Gimbal unless we're all here. That's what they said.
He starts to get up without looking at Millie. He just says,
I liked it more when I was a monster. Because monsters aren't supposed to feel.
And Millie kind of gives him a very strong look of understanding. Yes.
All right, you are then ushered in through this hole in the side of the hill. It's a small mountain, large hill. several of the gnomes. Still, this one that came out in the overcoat. He's clutching. He's barely dragging Gimbal along. Clearly, this is someone that he knows personally. He's weeping as he pulls the body along. We can speak to the priest. Maybe the priest can help. He can help. Hold on here 1 second here. And so as you step through, you find yourself in a dimly lit cavern. I'm assuming you also came in Shorewind, or did you stay out with Winston?
Yeah, I'll go in.
All right, you leave Winston outside. He nuzzles you. He clearly...
Prior to going in, can I just say something real quick?
Uh-huh.
Prior to going in, after everybody else had moved in, I looked at Winston and I said, "These things happen, my friend. We've been through it before. We'll be through it again."
He sort of gives a neigh and shakes his head as though he vaguely understands what you're saying and still somehow disapproves. You step inside the cavern, and there are 3 gnomes that stand around. The one, of course, is dragging Gimbal inside, and there are 2. One is heavily armed. He's got what looks like it's a short sword, but it's a long sword for him on his hip. He's got a shock of white hair that comes around with a bald spot across the top of his head. And then you see another who wears a robe, and he's holding a staff of gnarled wood of ebony. As you walk in, the one carrying Gimbal, "It's Gimbal! It's Gimbal! He's dead! His head! I don't know! Help him! Help him!"
If he's struggling to carry Gimbal, Lilith will help carry his body.
All right.
Brim starts to move forward to help, and then realizes where he is again.
Yeah, Brim, like your head is scraping the ceiling here. The ceilings are only about 6 feet, 7 feet tall, so you're kind of hunched over, which is not an unusual posture for you. But you feel like you're just consuming massive space. If you look on the camera, you can see this is a good representation of Brim's size. These gnomes, their home. You are definitely out of place here.
Does the priest do anything when he asks for help?
So no, he's not a priest. He's wearing it. Yeah, but he steps forward and he says, "Is this Gimbal, who left us, of our own clan?" He looks around. The one holding Gimbal, he nods. My friend, help him!" The man in the robe, the gnome in the robe, looks at him and says, "We will see what we can do." He walks forward and he mutters a syllable. As he does so, you see Gimbal's body floats away from the arms of the one holding him and is now suspended above the ground. He takes the staff, he motions it, and Gimbal's body floats toward the back of the cavern where it was. Here, so I'm kind of shining, so back this way. Hold on, let me get right there. So back this way. And as he does so, he looks over his shoulder. "There can be no guarantees. Death is a fickle foe. Many do not recover even from our strongest priests. And Gimbal having betrayed us or left us, I cannot be sure the gnomish gods will show him any favor. Do not hold your hopes up high." Why should he be worthy?
Because his kindness and bravery is bigger than his whole self. And that is worthy.
That is all.
I'm gonna step forward. I've been hanging in the back.
Yeah, so there are torches on the walls. They glint off the light. Actually, I should kill this lighting here and change it. They glint off of your armor.
I'm not sure. You've taken notice of us. You may see us with your eyes, but you may not have taken notice.
What do you mean, Knight? Are you playing word games with me?
This gnome, who, I shall be honest, I did not know well, is held in very high esteem amongst these three. I don't know why he left you, but out in the world, it is our connections with others that mean something. I watched him bravely fight against a band of orcs. Orcs I myself have been hunting. He stood up to beasts while you hid in this little cave. If anyone deserves something from your gnomish gods, it is this one. Do what you can, but do not denigrate him in front of these people here.
He slew orcs? Then why does he walk among the company of an ogre?
Why do we walk among any people? Ask the ogre. And I'm going to step back.
And I will kneel down, placing my axe head into the ground.
You see, he kind of steps back a little bit, like even just your movement. They're so wary of you.
And the party that has known me long enough can see me shaking and holding it together against someone calling against Gimble's name. Because, like your gods, he could see someone's soul, not for their skin. I mean no disrespect by my words to you and your kin. But to me, he was like a god. To me, he showed the prowess of Hyronius in battle. He showed the mercy of Zadal upon his enemies. And he showed the kindness and wit of whatever the gnome gods are.
He looks at you. He looks around at the party. I needed to know. I spoke the challenge of gnomes. What one's companions speak of them means so much. What you have said? Gimble has noble friends. We will do all that we can. They ferry him back into the darkness of the cave beyond, and that's where we will stop tonight. All right, so I don't know where to conclude this session. We'll do a little bit of after chat as well. We've got 2 giveaways. We have to have stream MVP. But I want to talk about this because there's some of the chat. So there is a chance for Gimble's resurrection. Resurrections are not easy in my campaign. Raising the dead, there are a couple things that have to happen. One, and we're going to save this for next time. They're going to try to raise you, Gimble. You are among your people. You are going to have to make a constitution check on stream next time, which means rolling below your con. Now, you can use advantage for that, or you would think of it as disadvantage. Either way, so you can roll 2 dice. You can take the lower. If you miss that roll, it will fail. Okay, there is no guarantee of resurrection in my campaigns, but you are among your people. They have a priest here that can do it, but it will require you on stream, and I know I'm not saying you would ever cheat, but I want that on camera. Okay, so next week we got to set it up so you can roll on cam. You have to get below your constitution is what?
11.
11. All right. Woo, that's tough, right? So it's a 50-50 ish, and then if you have advantage, it becomes like a 25% chance of failure, 75% chance of success. Even if you succeed, you are going to take 1 to 2 points of Constitution permanent lower. So you'll roll a D4 if you succeed, and your con will drop by either 1 or 2 points permanently. Also, there is a cumulative effect. So if you ever die again, like this is not a role-playing game. Pardon me, it is role-playing. It's not a computer role-playing game. If you die again, all of that doubles. So it gets even harder, and the con bonus is doubled, and there is no third ever, right? So this
Eventually I just become a zombie.
Yeah, you're like undead. Yes, exactly. So that's going to be the start of Greyhawk Awakening Session 11. Next week, Gimbal is going to make those rolls. And Rory, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and create a secondary character this week, all right? So if you can, I'd love to have you stay in the campaign, even if you fail. Please create a backup character. You and I will work on the backstory. And it's always a good thing to tuck away. Even if you do succeed, death is always a possibility in the campaign. But if you fail, I do not want to lose you as a player, even if Gimbal dies as a PC, which is the worst thing that could happen for me as a DM because he's a super beloved player. But the dice are the dice, and that has to be a part of the risk of the game. So I'm going to pause there. Any questions on any of that?
I use all 7 advantages.
Oh, thank you, Kilrag. I mean, look, man. I mean, I killed your dad, Kilrag. I mean, for you to say anything that's really kind. So tune in next week. Block off your calendars. That's exactly right. 888. Next Tuesday night will be the raising or failure to raise Gimbal. And that has got permanent effects here. Again, this is not a CRPG, a Blue Box. Death is serious, and when it occurs, it can be final, or at the very least, it can be harmful. But I want to give a shout out to all, not only the fans, great chat, great job in stream today. Thank you for all the advantages. You really supported the players, but thank you to the players themselves. This was a really difficult session. Obviously to have something like this happen is not something that the DM ever relishes, but it's got to be part of the game, and I thought you all handled it so well. So before I start talking about the giveaways and getting ready to do the closing MVP votes, anyone have any other kind of comments you'd like to make? You're all just pissed off at me. I can tell. No, all right.
Not at all.
Okay. I literally shed a tear for Gimbal on the break. I actually did. Like I was welling up. Okay. Whew. Let's go ahead and get ready for the conclusion. So we're going to do 2 things. We got 2 giveaways. We've got a Blue Box mug that we're giving away. We've got a set of these amazing dice from Dice Envy. These Omega dice. Very, very cool dice we're giving away. And then we have Stream MVP. I'm going to get ready for the mug first. And while I prepare the mug giveaway, Stream MVP, that gives you, in this campaign, we're bumping it now from 250 to 500. So we're now at 500 experience points for Stream MVP. And I will allow Gimbal to,
I put his name in because he was in the first half.
He was, but I mean, like, it's such a sympathetic, obvious choice. I'm sorry, I'm going to exclude Gimbal.
Okay, I'll take him out.
He'll get all the votes if I leave him in. So we'll work out something, Rory, if you do survive, or if you get revived, rather. But he can't be part of the Stream MVP voting. It would not be fair because I know he'd get the sympathy vote. All right, so
if you are not present, you can't win.
That's right. You're not present. You can't win. All right. So
that's good.
While I get the giveaway ready, let's go to why you should be Stream MVP, and I'm going to start with you, Millie. Why should you be Stream MVP?
Oh gosh. I killed the thing that killed Gimbal with a very mighty nat 20 97 on the percentile dice kill. And then, oh gosh, roleplay with
Come on, he died an hour ago, guys. Quick. You gotta shake out of it.
Painting the warning on the rocks for the orcs in Orcish, and actually her interaction with Brim, I think, that was my other big RP moment, so I'm gonna leave it at that.
Okay, and by the way, so the MVP vote will pop up in the corner of your Twitch channel. It's not there yet, so you don't need to type anything. Just wait till all 4 players that live have a chance to comment in that. And let's now go to Brim. Brim, why should you be stream MVP?
I should be stream MVP because I popped the heads of 2 orcs like they were bottle caps. And the roleplay that I was able to have with Millie and Ram.
All right, I think that's well said. Let's go to Lilith. Lilith, why should you be stream MVP? Type !mug in the chat to enter this first giveaway. !mug to get one of these gorgeous blue box mugs. All right, Lilith.
Oh, these are freaking hard.
I know. I'm like dragging the zombies along with me now.
Yeah, no kidding. Casting Fairy Fire against the Paling to help my team. Missing because I was more concerned about Winston than the thing that I was fighting.
Yep.
Protecting Gimble's body after he died by casting the Fog. RP moments with Ram. And Millie and Brendan as well.
Yeah, no, that's well said, and all great RP moments. Gimbal, before we go to Shorewind, you're not eligible, but I'd like you to speak just a moment, Rory. Give your thoughts and comments, hopefully drag everyone from their doldrums.
Like in general, or why?
Whatever you want. Like, dude, it's your moment. Whatever you want.
So I guess one comment would just be that really just the group is what makes this, right? So that goes from the DM to the players to everything that happens. So being a DM myself, you got to have these moments. So absolutely cherish it. Plus I've died like 1 billion times, not joking. So whatever. Not whatever, because I really like Gimbal. Obviously, right? By the way, like...
love it, by the way.
And you know, I'll end it with this. I was really hoping someone would say the reason to raise Gimbal from the dead was love. True
love. Two-blade.
Oh, that's freaking awesome. All right, let's go to you, Shorewind. Shorewind, why should you be stream MVP?
Yeah, no. He couldn't intercept that. So, I'll say Winston killed some people with his hooves. And the one intercept I needed, I was too far away.
Well, okay. You sell. Okay, so like, please don't sell yourself short. You kind of defeat the purpose. Your role play was freaking. Your role play was awesome. Like, you had so many great moments. So celebrate that. I know it's a little bit sort of self-deprecatory, but
I totally agree with you. And it's one of those things where I was able to charge us up with a couple of good Lions calls, and I did have a good couple of intercepts. But damn, it was a good night for everybody. So it's just hard to speak about myself when it was just
okay. I know, I know it is, but it's the point of this. So you all have to bear with me. I know you're all such. That's what makes this group great. You're humble. You're cooperative. As Josh has said a couple of times, nobody here tries to hog the light. Nobody here is trying to step over anyone else. That's what makes a great campaign. But this is the moment where, yes, go ahead and sell yourself. That's part of the fun of the game, and don't deprive it. But yeah, absolutely, well done. All right, so go ahead and pop it up. Stream MVP is up, and we're going to do the first giveaway. And
wait, so if I'm not eligible, does that mean I can vote?
You can vote.
You can always
yes.
vote.
You can always
can't vote for yourself.
I always voted. I just,
so for the mug,
vote for other people.
For the mug, we're going to do the straight giveaway. So whatever Nightbot says on the first one is the winner of the mug, and it is Maya Moore! Captain Maya Moore!
Yeah,
Such a great
Maya
follower,
Moore.
always active in chat. Now, Maya Moore, thank you. We appreciate that. 888. Thank you, Kigia. Thank you, Trip. Yeah, it's just all of you. Blood Wild, Steve, Phantom, Exhort, 46. All you guys, so much thank you. So, Maya Moore, for you on, just let us know. He's a sub as well. Yep, he's there. All right, so he's got the mug. Maya Moore, I can't remember if you've won before. We've got too much going on here, so just hit me up in Whisper on Twitch or on our Discord. Evelyn, can you pop our Discord creds again?
Yeah, I got that.
You need to be on our Discord. Our Discord carries the Greyhawk Awakening experience all throughout the week. So you don't just have to wait for Tuesdays. You can enjoy interaction with these players, with the DM. You can see things happening. There's some fantastic roleplay stuff and announcements. So you want to be part of that Discord. But good job and congrats on Myomorph. Now, next, before the stream MVP is announced, we're going to do the dice giveaway. And I'm going to do something different here. I saw a suggestion. I forget who said it. But it really struck with me, so I'm going to do it. So even though this is a giveaway for dice, the keyword, so the mug was !mug. For the dice, because we all want to give Gimbal a hug, it's !hug. All right, so you hit !hug, H-U-G, and you are entered for these dice. I know it's a bit counterintuitive, but we're all giving Gimbal a hug. So !hug if you want to give Gimbal a hug and be entered in this dice win. Hey, I will be heard. I think it would be appropriate if Kilrag won. That'd be nice, right? You're starting to win the dice.
You got 2 more advantages too.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that. Nice.
It's in it's Discord.
Oh,
Beard
gotcha.
had to spin some bits, and he shared that in Discord.
All right, the stream MVP.
Kigi did 200 to Rory.
All right, it's looking... No, Brim. Good, strong lead. And the MVP tonight with 500 extra experience points is... Oh, wait, it got the distance got... Brim! Let's give Brim a hand. Well done, sir. I think that was I probably should have excluded you. That's like the Gimbal sidekick sympathy effect that just happened there. Yeah, exactly. Like everybody knows Gimbal was your guy, Master Blaster, all that. Yeah. So everyone, I do a horrible job with those hearts. Let me.
Why can't you just cup your hands like a C?
Okay.
See?
Why do I struggle with this so much? Oh, C's.
It's like when the evil guy.
That's good. All right. So that's a big heart, and Brim is our winner. And now for the dice giveaway. And again, congratulations to Myomorph on the mug. And by the way, before I roll this, and I need this with a little more gusto this time, we're fast growing. We've had a lot of new followers this month, even though I missed a session last week, but I had a good reason. My players know why I missed last week. And we're going to be a regular stream. We do have one, so we got our incredible charity stream is coming September 1st. And we're going to put that on Instagram. We're going to put it on our Discord. We're going to post it on all of our socials. And Brim is going to shave his beard for saving the children. And that's going to be September 1st. It's going to be a charity stream. Everything that's given, we're going to set this up where you can give cash, and Blue Box is going to match dollar for dollar. I'm going to match it for everything that's given, and then Josh is going to shave a part of his beard at each point of the giveaway. And I did not encourage this, by the way. This is something he wanted to do, so don't think this is the DM that both killed Gimbal and shaved Josh's beard. That's not what's happening. This is something that he chose, but it's going to be a great night. And then we've got Virtual Greyhawk Con coming up from October 2nd through 4th. And then lastly, if you just need more Blue Box, we're going to be back tomorrow night at 6 o'clock Central Time with Lore Masters Arcanum, and we're going to be joined by Carlos Lissing of Castle Entertainment. An amazing guy. He does the coolest stuff with modules, content. He does one-shots. He's been to all he's just a fascinating character and a good friend of mine. So we're glad to have him on tomorrow. All right. But the question is, if you're watching this and you've enjoyed the stream, you like the players, you like the style of play, theater of mind, minis, all the stuff that we do, and you haven't given us a follow yet, we have one question for you. What are you doing? Come on, give us a follow. And so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to roll this 4 times. There are going to be 4 nominees or possible winners. And no, I'm going to do 5 because we have, so it's going to be 5 times, and we'll have 5 possible winners, and then each of you will represent one of these viewers, and you're going to roll a d20. And whoever has the highest roll is going to win for our viewer. All right, so first potential winner is Redbeard. All right, good old Captain Redbeard. He's a follower. He's not currently a sub, so that's 1 die, and you're going to roll that one, Millie.
All right, let me grab my d20s.
Yeah, and subs get 2, like an advantage, basically, right? So, and Redbeard's been a sub for a long time, but he's just not currently, so he does not.
I'm going to use this one tonight because it was the one giving me all the 20s. So.
Very nice. All right, so Redbeard is the first possible winner. Second possible, Set Monkey. Set Monkey, are you still on? Are you still on, Set Monkey? No, I didn't show you as a sub right now.
Redbeard is a sub. He has a flask next to his name. So
well, that's weird. It didn't show up on my... My Nightbot said he wasn't. All right, so my bad. If you are, then you are. Okay, good.
There's Set Monkey.
And Set Monkey, all right, is on. So you said you've got that? Who's got Set
Monkey? I can do Set Monkey.
All right, you got Set Monkey. All right, so Set Monkey goes to you. Third, Renreb. Is Renreb on? He's a follower, or she's a follower, or they're a follower since July 28th. Is Renreb on? Hey, Set
This
Monkey
is where we
13.
wait for everything to catch
Da,
up.
da. Yeah, Renreb is on. All right. Renreb is on. All right, good. All right. Next. Oh, Xtort4711. He's always super active in chat. He's a sub. He gets 2. Renreb gets 1. It's a follower, but not a sub. Xtort4711 gets 2. And we're going to give that to you, Gimbal. Rory, you got Xtort. All right. And then.
Who has Set Monkey? Or no, Renreb?
I've got Set Monkey.
Yeah, he's got Set Monkey. Renreb went to Josh.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yep, Renreb went to Josh. And you've got My Morph, right, Evelyn? And then the last one for Lilith is 888, D&D player 888.
Nice.
All right. Okay, so.
No, I have Redbeard, don't I?
Oh, do I have did I have that backwards? Hang on. Wait, hold on. Let me make sure I didn't.
Pretty sure I had Redbeard.
You had Redbeard.
Oh, you had Redbeard. Did I do too many? My Morph.
No, My Morph won the mug, right?
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. Thank you. All right, great. So, yeah, all right. So, yeah, got it. All right, great. So, you're going to each roll a d20. If you have a sub, you roll 2 with advantage. And one big man to another. All right, let's start with you, Evelyn.
Okay, I'm rolling for Redbeard. Fingers crossed. Natural 20.
Nice.
Oh!
But it was on my pink one and not
What?
the green one.
Redbeard with the nat 20, the lucky die. Now, if there's another 20, that means we'll have a roll-off. So it's still up in the air. Let's go to you, Josh.
Here we go.
And remind us who you're rolling for, Josh.
One natural one.
And who was that for,
sorry.
Josh?
I had Xtort, I think.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
I'm sorry.
All right, let's go.
Well, no, wait.
I had
Xtork had.
Oh, you had Renreb. You had
I had
Renreb.
Renreb.
Yeah, you have
I had
Xtor. You had
Xtor.
Renreb. Sorry.
I'm
All right,
sorry
so let's go to Shorewind now. Terry, go
All
ahead.
right, so I'm using my speckled green or orange and red with green numbers for good luck today. 2.
All right, Rory, go ahead.
So I got this gem of a die.
Ooh.
Ooh, look at that.
Literally is the only die that rolls average for me. Everything is below. Never mind. I got a 5.
A 5. Okay.
You're our only hope.
So Redbeard is still in the lead with the nat 20. Let's go to you.
And by a little.
Let's go to you, Vivi.
Okay, I have a metal dice.
Oh, there we go.
Here we go.
See what happens.
Thank you so much, audience, for watching.
Is it 20?
Is it a 20?
I'm not even joking.
I believe it.
Oh, where is it?
We have a roll-off. All right, so I'm sorry, Vivi, who are you rolling for? I forgot.
I forgot who I was rolling for too. I can't see it.
She was rolling for the fifth one, which was...
Hang on here, let me pull it
The
up.
background. The background.
Triple Eight.
Triple Eight. D&D player Triple Eight. That's right. All right, so we have a roll off between Triple Eight and Redbeard. So, Evelyn, go ahead and roll for Redbeard.
Is it single die this time, or are we doing? Again?
They're both subs, right? So, yeah, let's just do one die. Straight roll off between the two.
Here it is.
Okay.
Drum roll.
6.
8.
8. All right, we
Triple
have.
Eight wins.
And you, I'm sorry, what'd you have, Vivi? I didn't hear you.
15.
A 15. Okay, D&D player Triple Eight is the winner tonight. Congrats. Thank you so much. And hey, we're going to do a raid here in a second. But before we do, we're going to have a little behind the scenes chat. Vivi, I think you probably have to get off to work. So thank you so much for sticking around. I'll kill your cam for you.
Okay.
I'm going to take all of the vilification from the players now. So any hate that you would like to throw my way.
Torches, pitchforks.
Dare you be a DM?
Yeah.
How dare you? How dare you roll your dice?
Yeah, seriously.
You are on a roll, Triple Eight. Congrats. You're the new Pat 66. So congrats. And yeah, I didn't do any waiting on this, so there was no waiting for subs. Just if you're a follower or you're a viewer, you're in that. So any comments or thoughts, questions about anything that happened, or just sort of after stream chat about your experiences, comments, thoughts, just to give the viewers a bit of behind the scenes.
I don't know if you were listening, but we were talking, I was talking with chat on the break. You had stepped away, and so I don't know if you can still hear when we're chit-chatting. But,
no, I can't.
One of the things
You
that
can't
came...
hear us?
When he steps away. So one of the things that came up was, why does this hit everybody so hard? Both the players and then, of course, the viewers. And one of the things that I said... one of the things that I said, and this is a compliment to you, John, is that the reason it hits hard is because we care about the characters and we care about what they're doing and who they are, and that is something that is for me at least, and the more we do, the more I've been a part of this, the more enjoyable it's been. But the only way to care about those characters is when those people who are the characters and then the DM who plays multiples put so much of themselves into these characters that they become real. And I know for me, I think that is what has been so wonderful watching. And I hate to say it, my character's so new, so my relationship with Gimbal isn't real tight. But the relationships that everybody gets to see between everybody has been so strong that, of course, if we're not affecting those who are watching, if we're not affecting ourselves, then we're not doing it right.
Wow. No, I mean, so well said. By the way, Vivi, I've already killed your camera here on the stream, so you're fine. And thank you so much. Great job tonight. I mean, Terry, so well said, and thank you. But it is really, it's a community effort, right? And it's us. It's DM, but it's players. It's the backstory investment. It's the role play investment. It's frankly the Discord stuff, like the connection between the sessions, and it's the viewers. They invest so much life. Like Winston, as a horse, has become so much more than just your mount by virtue, really, of the viewers. Like they have poured so much into that character, and Gimbal was such a beloved character on the stream that you're right. It does make it much more sort of meaningful and connected, and that's what you want. The triumphs are more glorious when you're connected to them. The reality of death is a part of D&D that otherwise, if you can just sort of save and reload, you might as well be playing Baldur's Gate or Skyrim or something else. This is D&D. These are real life sort of pseudo consequences. Other thoughts from other players?
I'm just sad, man.
I know, like I've never killed the mood on a stream like I've killed it today. It's
Well,
crazy.
Evelyn, you know what you can do? Just take that D20 dice and just mail it to Rory so that he has it for next week, and we're good to go.
But it's my elfin die. I love that die.
Well, no, I think you don't want to do that because that die rolls high. He needs to roll.
That's right.
He needs to roll.
I'll
under
mail
his
you all of
con.
my dice then. Here, take them all.
Seriously.
Everybody
Can't
take
get
all the
higher
stuff
than a
you got
five,
on your dice jail list and send those to Rory this week. All right, other comments, questions, anything about how I adjudicated something as a DM or challenge me on something. Give our viewers something sort of behind the scenes and thought process or something you'd like to ask. You're muted, Gimbal.
Goodness. Even in life, I can't speak.
One day at a time, Canadian ancient gamer.
But like we're all busy. John, you and I were chatting throughout the day.
Right.
And so neither one of us, I mean, we all know the potential, but neither one of us had this planned, right?
Right.
And so I had a blast with Gimbal. I was pushing him into areas that he traditionally wouldn't go. He wouldn't get that close, but he was trying so hard to figure out this creature. From the very first spell, I've had 2 weeks to think about this episode. So, like, trying to figure out from spell 1 to the last spell on the Paleling was all figuring it out.
Which was freaking awesome, man. Like your spell descriptions and the narratives you were calling out. I don't think I've ever had a spellcaster do that. I mean, I will say Evelyn with Irda, she does some great role play with her divine spells and whatnot. But as an arcane spellcaster, the way you describe those things, that was absolutely incredible. And so, by the way, we'll just spend a couple more minutes on this topic, but I want to let the viewers, if you have any questions, if any of the viewers would like to ask the DM a question or like to ask any of our players, go ahead and pop that in the chat and we'll read them out. Myamorph said, use a 20-sided dice out of the first blue box set Gimbal. Oh, I actually have one of those, but Sperry14 says, do you have any idea what your backup might be, PC Roy? Do you have any ideas on that?
So I thought about it, and I was like, man, it would be so easy to bring in a character from the clan. And it would be really easy to bring in his friend. I was like, but it's also then just another gnome. And so I get this conflict of, is it like, how much of it is just too much of a blend of the same thing? If it goes that route, and I play another gnome, is it really just me playing a new version of Gimbal?
Well, and that's actually somebody I think suggested that in the chat. I think I saw earlier someone said, does Gimbal have a twin you could just replace him with? So, yeah, look, I mean, you can do what you like, but I would agree with you. That would be kind of an awkward direction to take it, but whatever you want to do. But good question. Wiley Hobbit, thanks for popping in. Sorry you're a bit late, but I don't want to give you a spoiler. You might be picking up something from this chat, but it was...
Ain't much else to pick up. Except maybe a body and a cloak.
Exactly. All right, any other questions from our chat? And while I ask, I'll pause for any other comments from the players as we're getting ready to close off here our fireside chat post-session.
Just something funny that I just got in Discord. I guess... giving disadvantages to John can be rough.
Okay, all right. If John lets you, I give you permission to use my Dragonborn Fighter Necromage. Oh! Whoa! I've never allowed such a thing ridiculous, but we'll see. I'll think about that. Now, that makes me really pray that he makes those con checks next week. Dear DM, are you aware that your stream just advanced a level? I was not aware of that. Thank you, Redbeard. Killrag still on with a crying baby face. I feel you, man. Your dad is awesome. Yeah, because when you find yourself trying to bring Gimbal at 2.0, like see you RPing another body. Where in Greyhawk is the game played? Okay, so we are in the totality of Greyhawk, but right now this is centered around the area outside of Verbabonk and Hamlet, the Cron Hills, the Lort Mill Mountains, a real central area where a lot of Greyhawk exists, and it's a good sort of launching point. So many old stories and original Gygax Arneson things are part of this area of the world, and so the party is right there, kind of central to Greyhawk, around the Cron Hills, currently coming out of Hamlet. Yep, saw the chat hit that. Let's see, if you hadn't seen the first episode DM'd by Lord Gasumba, that's right, it was a crossover. We're good partners with Jay. Bite your tongue. And yeah, it was karma for all those disadvantages. Oh golly, that's what was in the Discord. I get it now. Okay, that makes sense. All right, last comments from everybody before we close off.
Yeah, if I just add something else real quick, which would be just in the idea of character development, right? So Gimbal was being very strategic about the spells he was using. He knows the limit of the day's monster, and it didn't work. He gets what that means, right? So he was being very strategic and moving in. He also moved in a bit of a folly, right? He was, if you watch the other episodes, he doesn't hurt things, and
right.
So his ideology, say, became his folly at the same time. So what that might mean long term if he does come back to life, and how does that shape a character and that character growth going through something like that?
That's so well said. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Rory. Anyone else? All right.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends. Thank you, Canadian Ancient Gamer, for the follow, and thank you everybody for a great night. Tell your friends about the stream. Everything that we do here, we're just trying to grow old school D&D role playing, and our players absolutely killed tonight. So we've raided Realm Smith a few times. Tonight we're going to raid Loot Die Repeat. LDR, that's a good stream, good folks over there, and hang with us. I'm kicking that off now. It's going to be about 10 seconds. Oh, thank you so much, Extort, a rip cheer. Oh, it is weird listening to your dad here on the stream. That's right. So everybody, last time, if you've not followed us, please give us a follow. Thank you to all of my players. Thank you to all of our viewers. We'll be back tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Central for Lore Masters Arcanum. Right back here Sunday for our Rune Lords campaign at 1:30. And then this Greyhawk Awakening crew. Does Gimbal get pulled back from death by the priests of his original gnomish clan, who are struggling over his body right now, calling from every deific power that they can pull upon? But it will be, as always, up to the ever ephemeral quixotic die and what he rolls next week as Gimbal tries to escape the clutches of death. Blue Box signing out and raiding Loot Die Repeat right now.